Yo, 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 it's your boy Rockstar. We want to welcome you to another episode of At My Mama's House. As usual, I come to you humbly out
Excuse
of
me.
respect for life and life itself. As usual, we got some of the usual cast. We got Rich Blackman in the house.
All right.
We got Quality in the building.
What it do, team?
And we got Truster Jen in the house.
What's up, world?
Yes, man. Whew. It's loaded this week, man. I literally had to either do one of the two, do my best to squeeze as much as I can in, or just leave some stuff out. So it's so much going on. I'm like, ain't no way in hell we can do this in one show. So I just took some of the best or the most intriguing. I kind of mixed it in. So you know what I mean? So we got a damn good show, some damn good topics, man. How y'all feeling, man? What's been going on? How's y'all week?
Oh man, it's good.
Yeah, that's what's up. What happened to you last week, Rich? We was looking for you.
Oh man, hey man.
Already.
Life came in.
Life.
That's what it is. Life came in.
Yes, sir. Life be life.
Yeah. Trust. What's good, man?
Oh man, I've been slow rolling this week, getting all this shit ready for my little brother wedding.
Oh, okay.
And my little girl college signing is Friday. So
okay.
I just been getting everything prepared for that, you know. Other than that, man, I've been taking it easy this week, man. Searching for a peace of mind around this motherfucker.
No, that's right.
See?
Congratulations on that note. Congratulations on
Yes,
your
sir.
daughter.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, my bad. What'd you say, Trust?
Nah, I ain't say nothing. I just saying
Quality. Talk to me, man. How you been, man? We missed you last week or two, man.
Oh man, like you say, life been setting in, man. But I'm getting right. As long as I'm happy and my family happy, we good to go over here on this end.
Yeah. Hey, look at here. I would have talked some shit about what you just said, but you said the right shit first.
Well, you heard that part, right? Long as I'm happy.
You say, yeah. If you wouldn't have said that, I would have talked some shit. Like, whoa, hold on now.
Hey, I'm a realist, man.
You can't be a slave in your own highs.
Yeah. It's got to start here first.
I don't subscribe to that happy wife, happy life shit.
Hell no. It's got to start here.
You know what I'm saying? Happy man is God's plan. It is.
Bingo.
See?
Yeah, man. Man, everything been cool with me, man. I've been having like 20-hour days, bro, you know, which is usual, but it's been like non-stop, you know what I'm saying? And as usual, man, I be adding shit in my schedule. Don't even be having the hours, but I'm doing it, man. I've been learning how to play the guitar, man. So I've been learning how to play a new instrument, bro. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah. That's been interesting. You know, I know how to play drums.
Uh-oh.
Learned how to play a little piano, but I done fell off on that. But some just told me, man, learn how to play another instrument. So, you know what I mean? In fact, let me show you real quick.
Lord.
He's broadening out the world.
Oh, Lord.
No, I ain't gonna play nothing. I ain't ready. To show you, I got a bad boy.
Oh man,
what's that?
Okay.
Acoustic?
It's an acoustic electric guitar, which means that it can be amplified. See?
Okay.
What you doing? Country rock?
Nah, man, I'm just learning the basics, just learning how to play it in general, and then I can start, you know, messing around, you know, as far as just really messing with it. But I'm most likely, man, I really, as I practice, man, I find it more exciting to play country.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's different, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm gonna learn how to play acoustic, and then when I get good at this, I'm gonna switch to the bass guitar, electric guitar. But I doubt I really get caught up as far as I ain't really a fan of playing the bass guitar. I love it, but the electric guitar and acoustic, this is the truth here. This is a Taylor 10. What is it? It's a 110 CE Dreadnought cutaway. But here's the thing: It's left-handed. It's so because I'm left-handed when it comes to writing. So it's basically upside down.
Oh, so you Jimi Hendrix? That's what you trying to say?
Everybody be messing with me, yeah, because you know he the greatest guitar, but he was left-handed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he played a right-handed guitar upside down.
Exactly. Yeah, because back then they didn't make them. They didn't have.
It was too expensive. Yeah, that was too expensive. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting, man. It's pretty cool. It been giving me a peace of mind too. It kind of, you know what I'm saying, add to your little old mindset. You know what I mean?
Multi-dimensional.
Yeah. So, but I got that Taylor brand. The Taylor brand, the best brands is Taylor and Martin. I did a lot of research on it. When I was going to the guitar instead of playing different ones, but when I play the other ones, and even on video, when you hear it, it don't sound the same. But when you play that Martin or that Taylor, boy, it's like heaven, boy, like heavenly strums, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty dope, man. So I've been working on that. My goal is to learn how to play the chords on one of my records. So that's the goal. But yeah, man. So all y'all out there, man, keep your mind learning, man. It's pretty cool.
Keep going.
Yeah. I'll be in Africa next week though. Yeah, so I'll be going back to Africa, but I ain't gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go to Nigeria, but I'm a bypass Nigeria and go to Imo State. That's another state in Nigeria. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna be out there for a month. Yeah. So,
what you doing out there? You just going?
Well, you know, my wife from Nigeria, so we're going to Nigeria for our anniversary. So
okay.
Let me correct it because they gonna tell you, you know, they'll tell you they claim their tribe first. They don't really claim like
family.
Yeah, like Nigerian is something they tell out of towns. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they Igbo out. She Igbo, so she Igbo first. But yeah, man, let's go and get into it, man. We finna dive in this thing, bro. We got some heavy stuff. Let me open up the topic section, and then we're gonna get right down to it. All right, there we go. All right, so you know we're gonna do the icebreaker first, fam.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Rich, they only getting better, bro. I swear for God.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Is it Shaq going to take a shit?
Oh man, let's not start with that one.
Oh, I thought that's where you were. Oh, Shaq said, "Shit, I gotta go."
That was funny.
They brought the porta potty in there with him the last time.
Yeah, man.
Now that's funny.
Oh man.
No way I could date a 5. I'm just saying.
So what can you date?
Listen, I know the comments gonna kill me for this. But I gotta have an 8 or above. Okay. I'm a high value.
So what do you think you are, Pastor?
I can see TV.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had my looks assessed. I went to a consultant, well known before he passed. I went to him and I said, just lay it and tell me, sir, what is it? And he told me, he said, I'm gonna be honest, you probably one of the better looking men that I've seen.
Okay.
And that's in all honesty. I'm probably about, I was give myself a low 12. There's no way I could date a 5. I'm just saying.
So what can you date?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I know the comments.
Say, bro.
Oh man.
I mean, the shit ain't funny, but
it's funny.
Hey. I saw pimping. I don't know what y'all saw. I saw pimping. Yeah, don't let them bangs fool you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they choosing and you losing while he's sitting there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think it's a game. Yeah, he's serious about him. Say, ain't nothing like a hey, that nigga said low 12. He said low 12 with no restraint. He didn't think about it. That nigga said low 12. Yeah, I felt it. I was like, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong, right? Shit. Yeah.
Hey, if ain't nobody gonna believe, he gotta believe, huh?
Who? Shit. He got faith.
Strong.
You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, he don't have no problem with it. I know I don't.
Say, what the scriptures say? Have the faith the size of
hey man, and y'all laughing, but a woman would choose that nigga, man. They'd be like, I like that because it's different. And that is. And they don't know why they doing it. I'm just telling you, that's how that shit happens. That's how that shit happens.
Hey, Trust, why that nigga lied on Kevin Samuels, man? He know what Kevin Samuels ain't telling him that shit.
Oh, he say that's who he went fuck with, Kevin Samuels.
See?
Kevin Samuels ain't gonna sugarcoat that nigga. He ain't have to lie on Kevin like that, dog. Rest in peace to Kevin, man.
Listen,
rest in peace to the Godfather.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, go all the way, baby. He went all the way. You understand?
That boy say, he ain't say I'm a high value. He say I a high value.
Yeah, shit.
He skipped the whole letter. I high value.
It wasn't worth saying. You got the message. That's what you missing. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you. All right, he suited and booted.
Okay,
I bet he got a nice church.
Trust. Let me ask you. Was some imping in there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the confidence. Yeah,
the
confidence.
Yeah,
I just had to go to a qualified source.
You know what I'm saying? I know he saw it. He saw it. Yeah, man. It's in your face. You gotta recognize it when it's in your face. They say it was in your face.
Yeah, the confidence was through the roof.
Wasn't it?
That was motivation.
He wasn't even tripping.
Nah.
I guess it gotta be that way. That's the only way. When you lacking, you better be confident. You better be confident.
See?
Man, y'all let the world know, man.
She ain't even know how to take it. He fucked up.
Yeah,
she lost. She don't even know what the fuck to do.
Because he was straight faced. She like, is he playing? Is he sick? That nigga was sick. He was,
He's
10 toes down. Man, standing on business. That's business he's standing on top of.
Oh, man.
Let her choose right there. He had some work for her.
Yeah.
It looked like she was pondering anyway.
You understand me?
Yeah.
I bet you his church 85% women. He ain't got damn nigga there. He ain't got now nigga in there, just all women. All widows.
What'd you say? He the man, huh?
What?
Yeah, get him.
All right, so this the part of the section for those who new to the show. I've added a part of the show after the icebreaker. I just thought that since we're a social commentary show, I think being the fact that we known for giving a lot of constructive criticism, it's only right that we balancing it out by giving people their flowers. So today I want to give flowers to a guy some of you may know, but a lot of you do not know. His name is Ibrahim Traore. He's the newly president of a country in Africa, a landlocked country called Burkina Faso. It was once ruled by the French as of literally maybe 2 to 4 years ago, but he seen that his leader was undermining the people and starving them. So basically they committed a coup, took over the country. He's a fierce leader. He's a young brother too. He's in his 30s. Good man. He's basically kicked the French out. Not only has he done that, he's took over the farming. He got the gold mines back. Recently, he just opened. He just committed to starting a new airlines that's owned by the people for the people. He also implemented 52 hospitals that are getting built now out there. Also, now he's hiring all the farmers, which is their people, to farm. He's putting them in school for free. And basically, man, he's turning the country around. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video. This was one of his speeches that was translated into English.
They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this, but where is he? He is dead. The Haitian president, he tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. Gaddafi tried like this. Where is he? He is dead. These are the veiled statements made to us to instill fear. And then we also often see some young people trying to follow in the footsteps in a different way. You can hear them say, such a person ruled like this, he has the sepulcher. Such a person ruled like this, he is in prison. All this to try to scare us, to make us cowards. I think they haven't understood something. When we say the homeland or death, we shall overcome, it's not just a phrase, it has its full meaning. We are not afraid and we will never be afraid. We will continue our struggle. They have undoubtedly and surely scared numerous African heads of state. You often see when we speak or when we have the opportunity to be in certain situations abroad, we often make statements to call on African heads of state to wake up, take care of our youth, to be able to initiate our real development. They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this.
All right, before we dab into that, man, again, I want to give him his flowers. He's definitely motivation for me. Like I tell people, we got to look at motivation differently than how we're looking at it. I come to realize that motivation is like a gas tank. You got to constantly fill it up. It's not something that's just there forever. Motivation, you can run out. You can definitely run out. And so we definitely want to focus on consistently on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, constantly looking for motivation. Because if we don't keep up with it, we'll run out of that. We'll run out of gas. And we can't get nowhere with no motivation. So I just had to give our shouts out to that man. Also, he's proof that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Be fearless, be confident, and don't let no's tear you down. No's supposed to build you up. Trust, what's your thoughts on this guy? I know you've been doing some research on him and keeping up with him.
Man, that's my motherfucking hero, nigga. I love that nigga.
Man, took the word.
If standing on business was a person, that'll be him. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. That's my boy. And I never heard him broke down in English like that. I always have to read the subtitles because he's speaking French. He be speaking French. But man, I love that brother, man. Everything he doing over there, I think it's gold. And but he got a few countries, starting to jump on the bandwagon with him. They starting to come along. And I think that's what it's all about. What he doing over there, man, is a beautiful thing. You spoke about the farming he doing over there. I didn't know that Burkina Faso. Okay, now you think of French, you know what I'm saying? So they do a lot of tomato sauces and everything in their food. They real big on the tomato. I didn't know that Africa grows so many tomatoes.
Yep.
So they was forming the tomatoes in Africa with African labor. Buying the tomatoes from Africa for way below market value, remanufacturing them, putting them in cans, doing all this here, and then selling them back to Africa for above market value, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They been fucking them, and that brother, he tired of this shit. And see, a lot of people don't know Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. They have a real young population. Africa, period.
Yeah, I was just going to say Africa, period. Nigeria, period. Yeah, Nigeria is majority of the country of Nigeria is under 32.
Exactly. And see, that's what you have to pay attention to, because everybody out with this China gonna be the next world superpower, but you gotta look at the fact that more than 60% of Chinamans right now are already over working age.
Yep.
Right now.
Yeah,
So they say in the next 10 years, it's gonna be damn near too many old people for the young people to support the channel. So that's gonna be a real. You say what?
Europeans, they're dying out. You know, in the UK, they the minority already.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Why? Yeah, Europeans are not the majority,
in the UK
no more. No, not at all.
Yep.
Yeah, because it take a white person to make another white person. See what I'm saying? So they've been integrating with the blacks and all other races, so they not pure no more. A white person is two white people, and that's hard for them.
Well, I know the main reason that is true. The main reason they just dying out, and you know they have less kids than everybody else. You know,
but you got to realize, like I said, it takes two white people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying
the white women choosing a lot of black men, so they not reproducing their own. They reproducing your Barack Obamas and the others. So you know that's how you win the war with your dingaling. If you get all the white women pregnant, you won't have to worry about that. I'm just saying.
It's too early for this shit, Rick.
Okay, I'm just saying. Now, you know, I'm just saying. Just imagine that's your weapon right there. You have a weapon right there in front of you.
Hey, he was able to recognize the pimp so easily. That's why he recognized the pimp so easily. It's in his blood too.
I'm just saying. Hey, all you have to do is get two white women pregnant. You knock the white man out of there. Because he can sleep with our woman. The baby's still going to be black. But we sleep with anything, it's going to be black. I don't care what it is. Mexican, Chinese, Oriental.
So, Quality, what's your thoughts on it?
To be really honest, I don't know the dude much. So that's the first time I'm being introduced to him. But from what I'm hearing thus far, I can't lie. I really like what he's doing. Anything that's for our people to help and to better the place. And it not even just our people, the world. Don't get me wrong. I care about our people first. But if it's better than the world, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's one of the reasons why I made it a priority to give him his flowers, because I'm very aware of, and I'm not speaking individually towards you, I'm speaking in general, and more so the people who fill their lives with social media all day. This is proof of how robotic we are. So what I'm saying is, it's like a lot of us don't search no more, right? And so my problem is with people that don't know him my problem is the people that search for bullshit all day on the internet and feed off the bullshit all day on the internet, but yet they don't know who this dude is. I'm not speaking towards you because I know you're not on no damn social media 10 hours a damn day.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, that's different. But when you have people that are on social media 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, and they don't know who this dude is, it really goes to show you just how effed up we are. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I've learned about this social media stuff and studying analytics is this. Your algorithm tells you a lot about your damn self. Your algorithm tells you a lot about your damn self. If it's always ass on coming up your shit, it's a reason why.
Exactly.
You fed that monster. You know what I'm saying? Here's why I know. My personal page, I always ass on. My business page, I don't never see it. Never see it. I don't see no street fights. I don't see none of that. Everything on my business page be business, taxes, income based, just things about business, companies and
business
and how to make money.
Yeah.
But on my personal page, boxing, ass, rapping, mo ass. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But we got to give our flowers to him. So we finna go jump into it, bro.
Hold on. Let me say this. My I was having some technical difficulties over here, man. We need to get some shirts with that brother face on it, man.
I already told you that I'm gonna get mine for sure.
Straight
Yeah, for sure. No, we definitely gonna get it.
Yeah, bro doing big things, man.
Big things. All right, so we finna go and dive into it, man. The tea is hot tonight. So we finna get into it, bro. Let me find the link.
Has reported Shannon Sharpe's lawyer did reveal that he did try to give this Jane Doe, and we're not saying her name even though they've said her name.
Yes.
At least $10 million during mediations that occurred within the last month or so.
I will say stupid.
So she appeared to be thinking about it and then suddenly, without warning, walked away from the offer. He said it was a big surprise to us when suddenly this case was filed without any advance warning. So she was offered to pay out. Now, how does that look on Shannon Sharpe's behalf? Because I know when this originally broke, people were like, he's innocent. She's trying to get money. She's this, she's that. She got offered $10 million. They confirmed that.
Yeah.
And you can look at it two ways. Is it $10 million because he knows that more is coming and he's in the wrong? Or is it $10 million because you don't want somebody to file anything at all and you want it to just go away?
I think it's $10 million because he knows that they did some crazy stuff.
Right.
Whether it was consensual or not. But I think
good.
he knows that she's able to spin it the way she's spinning.
And then I think the narrative is also about how young she is and how young she looks.
Yeah, she looks very young.
You know, she was 19 at the time and he was 54.
Yeah, that $10 million was a cover up. But also,
so while that's legal, it's also, ooh, what are you doing?
It doesn't look good on him.
And
but
so
she should have took the $10 million.
I'm sure he wouldn't want people to have known about that. And now everyone knows because he's also in the middle of negotiating this huge contract.
Yeah.
They're saying $100 million and he's on ESPN. And so we'll see what's going to end up happening. She's also releasing phone calls and
she's
things that are recorded. There is supposedly a videotape that could potentially come out, and Shannon Sharpe tried to prepare us for that tape getting released. He also did put out this video of himself denying these allegations and saying that he plans to sue her for defamation.
This is a shakedown. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down.
So wait, are we getting a 10-minute little spicy tape?
Maybe. And Tony Busby said on social media, on the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless. Yet on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. TMZ has reported that Shannon Sharpe's lawyer did reveal that he did try to give this Jane Doe, and we're not saying her name even though they've said her name.
Yes.
At least $10 million during mediations that occurred within the last.
All right. So basically, Shannon Sharpe is getting sued for $50 million. It's an OnlyFans model that he was dealing with. I think she was 20 at the time.
19. Get it right.
It doesn't matter. She grown. Who gives a fuck?
It don't give a fuck.
Huh?
It do give a fuck. It do.
Anyway, can you let me introduce the goddamn topic first, sir?
I will. But get into she 19. That 1 year make a big difference.
Can you not cut me out? Rick?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, she accused him of sexual assault and some other things. Suing for $50 million. It's rumored, it's alleged that he offered her 10. It's a lot going on, man. So I'm gonna start off with Rich, since you cut me off. Go ahead.
Okay.
Your thoughts on it?
My thoughts is fuck him. He wrong. He dead motherfucking wrong. Let me say something. I'm not saying he took nothing.
What is he wrong about? For the audience,
I'm going there. I'm going to tell you, he wrong for putting himself in that situation. See what I'm saying? You got to be careful when you put your mouth on people. I remember the same black man went hard on all those NFL players when they made mistakes. He said, you got to watch your back. You can't do this. He talked about Zion like a dog because he was messing with a girl. Then he went over here and did this here. But God dog it, listen, God sit high, but he looked low. They say, that's what I heard. So he got to be careful. Even Monique came on this show and say, hey, brother, leave them little young white girls alone to get you an old bitch to rub your feet and feed you. I watched her say that. I watched Cat Williams say, hey, after this thing, they coming for you. You better be ready. The whole time he's sitting there, big hunky, chunky, unky. I'm not doing nothing, but you're fucking on this white girl. Let me explain something. Ain't no white America gonna let that big black man be fucking on this little 19-year-old girl. If he didn't, he finna be railroaded. I'm just telling you. Then he offered money. Come on, man. You know, I'm not. Allegedly. Ain't no allegedly. His lawyers backed that up and said we did make an offer, and she just came out of nowhere. You just read it where they said the lawyer said.
Allegedly, sir. Can I make some money first before they kill the show?
Allegedly, his lawyer said that she offered money. They offered, but it's okay, brother. I'm just saying. I wish him the best, but you got to be careful when you're putting your mouth on people. That's all I be telling people. When you going hard on people, be careful. And I'm saying that because I'm not going hard on Shannon. I watched him go hard on athletes over there with Skip, over there with over there with Stephen A. now. And all this come back to bite him on the ass. Because all he had to do was fight his desires. He in too good a position. It ain't like he did it at 30. That nigga did that at 54, man. My age. I know I ain't gonna go mess with a 19. He got a daughter 30-something. Come on, man. I ain't saying it's wrong legally, but it's wrong morality for the person that you claim you to be. Now, if you one of them old bullshit ass niggas and we look, oh yeah, he said fuck a young bitch. We didn't get that from Shannon. He was upstanding. He was, I'm this, I'm that. No, you a nigga, man. You a nigga. And what happened was.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay,
so, and just answer the question. It's conversational purposes only.
Yes, sir.
Is fucking a 20-year-old illegal?
19-year-old?
Okay, 19. Is that illegal? Yes or no?
Not by American law.
Okay, so it's not illegal.
Not by American law.
So hold on.
I'm just asking you a question. Not by American law.
Okay, cool. Next question. Is it illegal to fuck a white girl in 2025?
Not by American law.
Here we go. You know what I'm saying? See what I mean? You see what I mean? But let me carry on. Let me go on.
Not by American law, not legal.
Okay. We can. You want to play the game? We can play it. The world watching. You see what you're doing. So
I'm not playing. I'm telling you a fact. It's not by American law.
I don't want to start this too early, Rich. I get it.
We're not starting, but I'm just saying. Think about this here. You really think them white claiming okay with him fucking that white girl?
Okay, look. I'm gonna say
I'm
this.
cool with that. We don't run shit. White people run shit at the end of the day.
I cannot do that. Not every goddamn conversation. We can't do that. Every conversation on every fucking show gonna go to race? No. We gotta stop that shit, bro.
They white and they black though. It's white and black. I can't do it. If it ain't no race, it ain't no conversation.
It's dick and pussy. That's what it is.
That's what you wanted to be now. You didn't say that about Puffy and Jigger. Y'all thought Puffy did it.
I didn't think he did shit. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying America public, how they swing.
I'm not American, nigga. This is me, right?
Okay. Well, I'm glad to know you're not American. Okay. So do that. I'm going with you. Keep going. You're not American, so the law don't go with you. I got you, American. You're not American. You okay.
No go quality.
All right. So what my man Rick said here will get me when you say he's put on this standard, we think of him as this person when he went on the Skip show and he said this about that person, and we held him to his word. And now because he's in this situation, he now looks like he's not the person that he made himself out to be, right?
Exactly.
So when I hear that, I feel like that's something that's wrong with us. We should have never put him on no pedestal. He's a man just like every other man in this world. And despite whatever he said, because your mouth will tell me everything that you want me to believe, your actions gonna tell me everything that's the truth. So because he wants us to believe that he was this guy that was such a great guy and wouldn't do this here, this don't shock me at all. Now, what he did is not illegal. There's nothing wrong with what he did. This is a woman that I think they both was doing what they did. I sense a little bit of upsetness from her part, so maybe now we want to start looking to get back. And this is something that typically young people, when they don't want to hold accountability, will do. They'll look to get back at you when they're trying to get something from you. So that's kind of how I see it with that. But I never put him on no pedestal. I've never put no man on no pedestal.
So
they're human, just like me.
Yeah. So before we go to trust, let me say this, right? So then these are my thoughts, and you all rich could debate it when I'm done, right? So here's my thing. Let's say, and you can use me for example. Let's say I'm known to be a poor asshole. Let's say I'm just known to be a shitty ass person. Like just ain't nice, not cool. Let's say I'm a shitty ass asshole of a hypocrite. And let's say I don't practice what I preach. Does that mean I'm justified in being falsely accused of shit?
Absolutely not.
No. So
you're just an asshole. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with being an
asshole. Hold on, Rock. You are a host of a show, and you can't form an opinion that girl is lying. You want to have females on your show. You just said. What did you just say? What did you say?
Question. I didn't say it was her. I said if I was an asshole hypocrite, does that justify me being falsely accused? I didn't say she lied.
You don't have to say that. I did not say she lied. You made excuse me. You said falsely accused. We're talking about Shannon and the girl.
But I didn't say she. I used me as a hypothetical example.
But you're talking about that though. That's what I'm saying.
I know that, but that doesn't mean
you're talking about. So you're saying that
an example, sir.
But you're saying that she.
It doesn't matter.
You're saying that she hypothetical. You're saying that she putting something on him.
No, you cannot put words in a grown man's mouth. Rick.
I think
you just said that.
I think I said that.
What you said? Who? Somebody said
it. I think I said it when I said I don't believe that he did anything wrong, because nothing that I heard
there we go.
was wait, but nothing that I heard from the interview that we just saw said that he did anything wrong. The girl was 19. That is of legal age. Despite him being 54 and her being 19, the age gap does not matter. The fact of the matter is she is of legal age, and she chose to do what she chose to do. He also chose to do it too. So there's two parties that consent in what they wanted to do.
Hey, let me help y'all out.
Go ahead.
None of that has nothing to do with anything. I ain't talking about age or color, nothing. If you stop, I'm going somewhere, brother. You want go ahead. You want to get it started? I'm trying to stay calm. You say it's too early, so I'm gonna stay here. Listen, what I'm saying is, in the mix of having intercourse and you're with a lady, you have to understand if she say stop in the middle of that, I don't care if you in her and you let her start. Mike Tyson ate a bitch pussy and she told him he could, and that he got charged for rape. I don't care. In the middle of that act, if she say anytime I don't want this big back nigga on me, stop, and he kept going and she say he did, all he have to do is say I had sex with her, and he didn't say that. So now the point gonna be to prove that she didn't tell him I don't like this. See, now that's a big back and forth. That's why he was trying to give 10 million, because he's not going to win that, because a woman can stop you at any time. If you touch her on the shoulder or touch her breast, that's called sexual assault. I'm not just talking. I'm telling y'all, these are facts. So a woman has more power than you think. In the mix of her okaying that, I'm just saying. So that's what I'm saying. So it ain't about the age or nothing. We got to figure out this. I stop, brother. I'm just saying. That's a fact. You can look that up.
Okay, here's my argument, y'all. here's my argument, right? This is my point. My point, my issue with this whole situation is that every time there's a situation between a man and a woman, even we know the woman gonna side with the woman, but even some men always find fault in the man. My whole point is this: we living in a world where this Me Too shit and feminine shit has gotten so bad, damn, a nigga can't breathe no more. Because even if we breathe on a bitch, oh, it's your fault. You shouldn't have breathed on her. At the end of the day, bro, it don't even matter how careful you are. Jigga got accused of rape by a bitch he never even fucking met.
And
so
Puffy,
how do you defend that?
Put Puffy name in there with that.
No, stop. He never met the bitch.
Puffy didn't either. Put that in there.
What point proven? I digress. Fuck out of here. Nigga can't live?
No, you can't. Shit, you know?
Yeah, man, this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, they need to start holding these bitches accountable for being comfortable at falsely accusing niggas to get a bag.
And you're not going to win that.
When the nigga found not guilty.
Right, it's not going to happen. Right, it's not going to ever happen because
you can't say that, nigga.
It's not, because this is what the problem is, right?
You don't know.
Right. You don't know. Let me help you out, player.
I didn't
I'm
say
gonna help you out. I'll say you just told me. I just reversed it and said it back to you. Let me say this. The problem with everything is the problem with everything is if he wouldn't have fucked with a 19-year-old, he wouldn't have.
She could have been 30-year-olds.
Stop. We cool with it. Could have been a 50 or 100-year-old. What I'm saying,
I'm not gonna. Hey,
her first conversation was him. Excuse me. If you saw the text he sent from his phone, the first thing she said was, put some of that baby juice in me. Okay. I want that big black bitch to have a baby. I want a big black baby. That's what she was texting that nigga. And if you don't see that is the trick talk, she trying to trick you. And when he wouldn't give her a baby, I'm sure she said, hey, I'm gonna file rape charges on your ass. Because she was trying to get him. Because she told him you're going to be stuck with me for life.
At this point,
see what I'm saying is he saw that.
One mic at a time.
He saw that and he kept going.
God damn.
Well, shit, you was talking over me, player. You talking over me. I'm just telling you.
You gonna talk the whole show. Somebody got to put the foot down.
Okay, put your foot down then. But what you're saying is rhetorical because I'm just telling you, if you don't fuck around, listen, let me say something. And you can, and let me help you out, player. Trust, I know you're going to back me up on this. Say,
how you know everything, nigga?
I know he going to back me up on this. Hey, Trust, watch this here because I talk the truth. I'm telling you, his name is Truth, and I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell. That's you out of focus. Hey, keep this here, Trust. I'm saying this here.
Damn.
Trust. It's professional. If he wanna buy, if that man wanna buy him a shot of pussy, it's professionals where he wouldn't even have to go through that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's like he a professional athlete. You have to get a professional so that shit don't happen. When you mess with people like that, that's what happens. That's all I'm saying.
With me for talk time. Stop it. God damn.
Go ahead.
You can't force yourself right on everybody. We can agree to disagree.
I'm not talking to you. I was asking Trust something, brother. That's you. Good going.
Look, here's what
Trust understand. All I'm saying is if you want to buy pussy like he was doing, it's professionals and escort service that you can go and you can do. I'm just saying,
bro.
I'm just saying, if that's what you're doing.
Let me know when you finish.
Let me know when you start. I'm here with you. Let me know when you start.
I can't make this shit up, bro.
You don't have to. It's live in your face. I'm
telling
you.
But
it's real. It's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Okay. But when it comes to conversations like this, we got to have some type of serious in it too. Here's my point. Serious. Okay, let me say this. It's getting for us to get to the point to where a grown ass man, a grown ass single man who has a right to do whatever the fuck he wants to do legally. When it gets to the point to it's so bad, to it's unsafe for us to even breathe on a bitch, You have to start attacking the opposite side, bro, because I'm sick and tired of us being blamed and at fault for fucking breathing. Okay, listen, it doesn't matter. Okay, he 50 something fucking a 19-year-old. Okay, but listen, bro, you can't force your way of life on another nigga. You can't do it. Everybody got a different lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? But it's funny though. I'm finna fuck y'all up. I'm finna drop some bars. How old a bitch gotta be to work at a strip club, nigga? Huh? Talk to me.
Depends on the state.
Thank you.
It depends on the state.
As early as 18. Okay, guess what? You gonna tell them patrons they can't be 50 plus, nigga? Talk to me, nigga.
She was a professional.
I don't want to hear. Answer my question.
That young lady was not a professional.
Answer my question.
I just said that. I answered it earlier. I said all he had to do was go where the hoes
at. Point proven.
Go where the hoe. Ain't no point proven.
Oh, you're 50 years old. You can't come in the strip club, sir.
It's professionals in there. I'm saying he won't come in this situation he in.
Let me say this. Let me interject.
Shit.
Let me interject. Once you reach a certain status in life, you have to be more mindful of the steps you take.
Agreed.
Now, Joe Blow, who works the everyday 9-to-5 job, he can go fuck on whatever, and probably never have that type of problem.
Yes, sir.
But as far back as we can remember in history, men of money, wealth, and power have had these kind of problems arise in their life. This is nothing new.
Nothing new.
So Shannon Sharpe, being a man of wealth, has to be mindful of these type of situations.
But you Trust, here's my point. Here's my point, Trust. And here's the thing.
Let him land. Let him land.
No,
let him land, Rob. Let him land.
Shut the fuck up.
We got to have structure.
Sir,
let him land.
Kinfo, please stop it, bro. Stop it. Trust. Here's what I want to ask. First of all, I totally agree with all of y'all on the responsibility part, right? But here's my point. When you are in an environment where you are in a position and it's an incentive to get you, sometimes you can't stop it. He literally would have to just stop fucking bitches. He would literally have to be abstinent, because the minute you insert yourself in the female, you're at risk. That's all I'm saying, brother. You can only be so careful if you're gonna indulge.
Man, I just say one thing, and I don't want to be disrespectful.
You already are. I need him to answer the question.
Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead, Trust. But that's all I'm saying, y'all.
It's only you saying it's only so much he can do.
It's because what I'm saying is he would, in order for you to be 100, I can't even say 100% complete of not touching a woman, because Jay-Z was just accused and he had never met her. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Jay-Z was accused, but Jay-Z ain't offer no money either.
Hello.
I mean, I'm just saying it's all mentally, but I'm just saying.
Jay-Z.
But guess what? Hold on. But that's common. Because guess what? When you up that status, what you think? Wait a minute. What you think his lawyer fee start off retainer fee is? His retainer fee probably $1 million or $2 million. Sometimes it is cheaper to just get it out the way than actually fight it. It don't mean you guilty.
However, he has a brand to protect, though.
I know, and he was probably trying to protect it by saying, man, pay that shit off. It's gonna cost me more to fight the bullshit.
So, if Shannon felt like he had any kind of fighting chance, I believe Shannon would have fought it.
But everybody different. So, and then sometimes you got to remember, your lawyer is your legal advisor. So he might.
So the lawyers looked at it and said,
yeah. No, I'm not saying they said that. I'm saying sometimes you still have influence, and you do have to listen to the legal advisors, and sometimes the legal advisors have to listen to the person paying them. All I'm saying is bro, that you can't expect people to be spotless and not indulge and expect them not to get accused. It's in so many ways it's impossible. If you're going to indulge in the act of having sex, which he has a right to, be a grown single human being, you can't tell a nigga not to fuck, bro.
Can I say this right? I've been just trying to say one thing.
Look, I'm gonna say it. I'm sick of niggas always getting blamed this shit. I'm sick of blame that bitch for trying to fuck a nigga out his money.
Let me say this.
And then ironically, this is right while he about to get $100 million deal.
Let me say this, Rob.
Get the fuck out of here. That's the point. We always protect these bitches.
I fuck them hoes because I don't give a fuck about it. Let me say this though to you, Rob.
But you holding this nigga at fault.
Let me show you why. Let me show you why, Rob.
You can't
I'm finna say something. Can I say something, please?
Talk to the audience, because you can't
convince me. I'm not talking. I'm just respecting you because your panel. Rock. This is what I'm saying, y'all. You know the problem. Quality. My brother, you there. Let me say this to you, brother.
I'm listening.
Let me say this, brother. You know our problem is with me. I'm an ugly guy. If I get 100 million tomorrow, I know these pretty bitches don't want me. I'm 55. I know a 19-year-old bitch don't want me. I got that much goddamn common sense. I ain't that pretty that I got something. Excuse me. I'm okay. All right. I'm understanding what you're saying.
Age up in it, nigga. She legal.
But you have to, because you talking about this.
That's not the argument. This ain't a morale discussion, nigga. This is a legal discussion.
I'm talking about a grown man who 50-some years old making this decision.
It don't matter.
You sick, dog. What I'm saying is,
I'm not here to discuss this.
You hear what I'm saying? Quality. What did he think he had to? What did he think he had to offer that young girl?
You moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving nothing. I'm talking fact. He thought he had money. He thought he had money. So now you mad because she wants some money? Are you mad because she wants some money and you offered that? That was the pretense of the relationship. She told you $25,000 to see her ass cheeks. And you said, I want them. I want you to lick my ass and turn me out. He said that. It's on his text. He sent that to the world himself, that him and her said that. He trying to make it that it's consensual. I'm not cool. I'm not tripping on the consent.
Quality. Is that illegal?
It's not illegal.
I'm cool with legal.
The part that we got,
I'm not saying none of this is legal. What I'm saying is the optics of it as a businessman at this age, we cannot get caught up. She listen to Chief Keef and you listen to Isley Brothers. You know, as a man, you can want to think, hey, I can pull a 19-year-old. You know it's about money. If she was 25, 30, we would be rolling with it. But 19, you know she wants some money, man. You knew that. Okay. So when she asked for something, why you mad? Why you mad? That's what she came to this for. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about America. Yeah. Why we protecting him when he came in it about money? You put yourself in that situation, not us.
Okay, so
thinking that you're a player. No.
I'm listening.
You don't have to answer this. You don't have to answer this. How many children you have? 3. Do you have more than one child?
Yes.
Do you have more than one child mother?
Yes.
Okay. Trust. Do you have more than one child mother?
For sure.
Rich, do you have more than one child mother?
You ask me?
Yes.
6 kids, 6 different women. I ain't never won the same hole twice.
That's the fucking question in her.
I'm giving you the answer. I'm a real bad man. I got 6 women, 6 kids. No hole twice.
Okay, so I have multiple kids from 2 different child mothers. Here's my fucking point. Here's my point. Based on scripture, based on structure, based on ancient comedics, based on ancient African spirituality. The moral thing to do is to be with a woman and have kids by that woman, not have children out of wedlock, not divorce. So, excuse me, if we gonna judge him based off that, then we all guilty, nigga.
I ain't never said I wasn't guilty. I'd have fucked the little bitch my goddamn self. What the fuck you talking about? Don't get it twisted.
But my point
Don't
is
get it twisted. I'm just saying he made a bad fucking decision with all that money and he had all that shit going on and he's scratching a contract. He with Disney. All that's called a bad decision. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not gonna sit here and stand behind you and you made a bad decision. Just say, Unc, I fucked up. The little bitch got me. Here go the money. The pussy was good. Just say that, man. Quit trying to act like this bitch is invalid. He did that. I don't give a fuck about her. Trim these tricks. If you get caught up in that trick bag, that's what he did.
For sure.
You know, and all us will.
We got to go on. We got a lot of shit.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go to the next one.
We've talked about this at Often I Date Younger Men. Why does this keep, I mean, we've talked about this at Often I Date Younger Men. Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous? But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it and I will not do it again. Because I mean, we've talked about this at Often I Date Younger Men. Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
All right, before we go to it, let me play this other clip. Basically, is adding to what Tracy Ellis was talking about. This is what Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. This is what Kevin Samuels said about her years ago.
Are not selecting Tracy Ellis Ross's. Not for men are not selecting Tracy Ellis Ross's. Not for marriage. She can still get it. There are a lot of guys who would slay that easy, would have no problem even being seen with her in public. But would a man that she wants do it? Let's say, imagine the man that Tracy Ellis Ross would get. Chances are he would be younger. Maybe some up and coming young actor. Can you imagine a woman like Tracy Ellis Ross with a 58-year-old CEO of a Fortune 50 company, an accomplishment? No, they needed a completely different woman. And that's the ultimate point. The longer you're by yourself, the less likely you are a good fit for anybody else. Men are not selecting Tracy Ellis Ross's. Not for marriage. She can still get it. There are a lot of guys who would slay that easy, would have no problem even being seen with her in public. But would a man that she wants?
All right, so Tracy Ellis been in the news. She had a interview on Michelle Obama's, which is Barack Obama's podcast, and basically, she said she had a problem with dating men her age because she called it toxic masculinity. She called it being controlled, and she said that's why she preferred dating much younger dudes. And she still, basically in the interview, she said she loves being single, and she don't have no plans on getting married, and she still thinks she's high value. So now what I have noticed is that the woman backed her. Right? But then they turn around and bad Shannon for sleeping with younger women. So I just find that how one end they call one person, the man, creepy for doing it, But then when the woman who's also in her 50s too, sleeping with much younger men, does it, oh girl, you do your thing, you still got it. And this is what I'm talking about. Why is it these motherfuckers keep getting so much undeserved leverage to get away with shit, but then we get penalized and found guilty in a court of public opinion all the goddamn time? You know what I'm saying? It just pronounced to me. But my question to y'all is, what's your thoughts on Tracy Ellis Ross? Because she's hit her wall and she doesn't realize it yet. I think she doesn't realize it yet because she's still popular. But she's 50-something years old, and she is not the same. If you look at her, you see it. It's going away.
Exactly.
It's gone. She almost out the door. Yeah. Trust, what's your thoughts on that?
You know, first off, you know, I fuck with what's her name? Tracy Adams. I know her from Girlfriends. I don't really know her name.
Yeah.
I know I know that's the singer daughter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really keep up with their names and all that. You know what I'm saying? If she's going out and fucking with youngsters, that tells you a lot about the psychology of this woman. You see what I'm saying? She don't want nobody to tell her shit.
Thank you.
Nobody to tell her shit. So she go and scoop up these little youngsters. She got that money. She can push them around. Or we doing this. We gonna do it like this. You know what I'm saying? So the chances of her running into a husband with that type of psychology going on,
it's not gonna happen.
It's slim to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Zero.
But and then another thing shows you a lot about her psychology and what's going on in her mind. You know, sometimes we act like we don't care about something in order to take away from it, try to give it less power. So she says that I don't want to be married. I'd rather be single.
That's a lie.
That's a bold-faced lie.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bold-faced lie, because relationships is something that women value. Women value relationships more than men. You see what I'm saying? You get an old man, you know what I'm saying? If he can get him a shot of pussy every now and then, shit, he don't mind being in that house by his goddamn self, chilling, scratching his balls. He want his pieces.
Yes, sir.
You think what I'm saying? But I know so. I know so. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather right now is about 70-something years old. Yeah. My grandma been gone about 17 years. About 17 years. Yeah. Shit, he ain't chasing no woman. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do you think, because I would think that men value the relationship more than women.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Even look at a relationship that's on an equal basis. Even look at a relationship that's on an equal basis. A man is quicker to say, man, fuck this shit, I'm gone. I'm gone.
I don't know. That part I disagree.
I disagree with that.
A man is quicker to say, fuck this shit, I'm gone.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why a man is quicker to say, fuck this shit, I'm gone. Women outnumber men 5-1. They outnumber men 5-1.
So men don't leave relationships.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They don't. Men don't leave relationships. We'll sit there in our misery. Yeah, we'll sit there in misery.
Yeah, we'll be miserable.
We'll sit there miserably.
I'm gonna tell you, if you pay attention, hey, Trump. No, I know. Hey, Trump. Yeah. You.
Wait. Let's go back to when we introduced
Grandma and Grandpa used to have separate beds.
Hold on, one mic.
I'm sorry.
No, just either one, just one mic.
Yeah. I was just saying, because you remember back in the day, Grandma and Grandpa, after so many years, they get their own rooms or their own beds, but they still together. But you know what I'm saying? They not even in the same bed together after so long because the man like, shit, I ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. So we just deal with it, you know? And that's what it is, you know? But with Tracy, like you were saying, man, what happened is these women, she grew up in a messed up era. She grew up in that era where women was like, I don't need a man. I'm independent. She's the last of the independent woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a generation.
A whole new generation of them bitches. Bullshit.
Now listen, they coming, but they starting to realize that, hey, I need a man for something because there's so much information out there. See, that generation, they didn't get that information. They saw them mamas leaving them daddies and saying, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get on up. And that's what happened. And she did it. And she watched and was like, I ain't gonna get done like my mama. I ain't gonna get done like this here. And with you choosing like that, you never find love. See, we talk a relationship. Do you love the person? Why you want to be with that person? So if you fall in love with somebody, that's a word I don't hear often. Love, you don't worry about that other shit. You don't worry about they got, they don't have. I just love you. I want to be with you all the time. Y'all will figure it out. They don't have that. They always looking. Do you got a job? What's your credit score? If you doing that, you're not gonna find no man because it's not gonna work. So she out the game.
What I'm gonna say is, I think we're talking about two different in times because today's woman is taught by her mother not to value a man. That's your first problem right now. The mother has been corrupted so bad to where now the child has been taught. This is from stemming on down now that the child has been taught not to value the man or not to want to be what Tracy Ellis says, controlled or anything. It's not about control. If a man loves you, he's going to try to guide you in the right way.
Protection.
Yeah, he's trying to protect you. Therefore, you may not like that because you're not used to it. She's not used to that. She's not used to a man that's trying to protect her. So now what that could probably indicate is that she probably didn't have a male figure in her life when she was coming up. And this woman is 50 years old, y'all. So we can't say that she was in the time in the era where you can't say that. She came up in our era. In our era, we were taught to stay with our wives, no matter what happened. No matter what happened, you are taught to stay with your wife. I don't give a damn if I cheat, she cheat, whatever. We gonna be together because that's what the fuck we did. That's how we came into this thing. Now we're gonna stop you from cheating. We're gonna do whatever we can to do that. And if we can't, then it turns into a different situation. But we were not taught to just leave. No, as a man, we sit up and deal with shit that you know, man, I ain't gotta deal with this, but I'm here. And I do that mostly because the structure of what we've already created.
One thing that I tell people is that men, we truly love unconditionally.
Exactly. Women don't.
For real.
Women don't.
They do not.
They don't.
They love with a condition. They love with a condition.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I'm a little different then, because I leave a bitch. Bitch, get the tripping.
See that I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna say I don't know much. But are you married?
It's a statistical fact, though, that most men.
I'm not married at all. I'm not married at all.
See, you answered it right there. So that's the difference right there.
Most men, when they make that commitment, they stay with it.
That women file for divorce almost 3 times at a higher rate than men, which proves that men
over stupid stuff.
Fight.
Yeah,
I'm not happy. You know the saying, men will be unhappy for the sake of the family and the relationship, but the woman will leave her family and husband to be happy.
To be happy, she values happy more than she values her family.
Yeah. You know, but it's when I think about it, and because I watched half the interview, I really couldn't take it no more. But it really sickened me, man, because she was making statements like, calling us toxic masculinity and how she can't deal with it. And then she was saying the reason why I like younger guys is because they're more fluid, which was suspect as fuck to me.
Yes,
that's definitely a ABC gender, one of the genders, and I'm like, what the fuck just that shit made me cringe. Like, fluid, bitch? What you mean fluid? What kind of nigga fluid?
What that mean?
Got a flow to him.
Well, so I'm like, all she had to do was say, was she trying to say gender fluid, bitch? Was you talking in code? You know what I'm saying? And it just sickened me. And what killed me was she sat there and she just had this, like she still thinks she that 20-year-old bitch. She thinks she
that's
part of the problem. That is part of the problem.
You can't tell Tracy nothing.
No.
And I'm like, girl, your face is shrinking in. Like you out of there.
You're not the same.
You not the same.
You're not
you
the
ain't that
same.
shit.
Hey, once scroll through Instagram, she'll find that out.
You know,
Ain't bullshit. That roll up on that motherfucker.
Yes. You know, and it's like, and what I saw was, I basically saw a woman that she, it's almost like she hate her, she want to be a man so bad. And here's the caveat part. Here's the ironic part. Your mama liked the younger men too. You know, she fucked with Mike when he was young.
I knew where you was going.
She fucked with Michael Jackson.
But peep this here. Peep this, right? You know.
But yeah.
I think she delusional in a point.
She's very delusional.
And when I say that is, she still thinks she got a chance when she knows she don't. And I think that's why she putting it out there like, I don't want an older man. That's what you want. You asking for anything now.
No,
you
she
really
don't want an older man. No, she
I
don't
know.
want an older
No,
man.
I'm saying if an older man comes, she gonna take anything right now because she in last place. You understand what I'm trying to say?
She won't because she would have.
But no, I'm saying when I'm saying that when they start talking about it, when they start opening up about it and saying it, they letting you know they on the last.
Okay,
I'm
so
desperate.
this is where I say we give these motherfuckers too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
They not that whole. Here's my point. The average, if you go to the average black family get together, majority of them aunts and aunties and daughters and adult nieces. And I know it's gonna be controversial. Most of them ain't married.
No, they ain't gonna be married.
But you see my point. But so what my point is we give them the reason why it's ended up like that is because we've given them too much credit. Oh, you hard, you independent, you a strong black. We gotta start telling them motherfuckers that shit because that's where it's getting them. Old and lonely.
See, and that's for the dumb ones because the ones who know need to know. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but let's be real. We did, and I'm saying this as a whole. We did that to them because I'm gonna tell you something. I even see some men have poisoned their daughters. Yeah, baby, you don't need nobody but me. They cock block. They want their daughter to be virgins till they 40. You know what I'm saying? Look, I tell motherfuckers this all the time. Your son gonna end up eating pussy and your daughter gonna end up sucking a dick. That's not that is your child, not your spouse.
That's a hard truth.
You can't.
Am I lying?
Don't do that.
Hard truth, though.
Don't do that.
True.
It's true.
Don't do
Ain't
it.
nothing that ain't true about that.
Hey, you can't. They can't handle the truth. You know that. They can't handle the truth.
Boys act like bitches, and these girls act like niggas because we treating them like they're our spouse. It's not your daughter, not your wife. Your son, not your husband.
But that's what happens when they don't have a husband. See, that's what people don't realize. When you break that family structure up, that type of bullshit happen. If you got a man and a woman in the house, that type of shit ain't gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? Her focus on him, everybody focus right. But when the woman don't have a man, her focus on the kids and she projects her whole life through the kids and fuck them up. And that's all they do. Women gonna make a mini-me. That's all they gonna do, you know. So
yeah. All right, so we're gonna go to the next subject. All right, Karmelo mama, she's in the news.
Have you calmed down on them yet, Rob? Please.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I like that about you. You act like Wayne. You act like Lil Wayne. Yeah.
3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas, searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband works hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Damn.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let y'all have at it. I'll speak on it whenever y'all, or if y'all have a question for me. So y'all go ahead.
Hey,
not to say, but go ahead.
I know you down bad on the dude, Rock, but I'm saying this, man.
Just state your argument, man. Don't tell me about me, nigga. Damn.
Well, nigga, you mad? You the one at that nigga neck. Goddamn, man. Goddamn quick. Are you sensitive? I just poked at you in your chest, and then you
I'm trying to run a show, nigga, and you just state your case, nigga. We got a lot of topics. It's already hour 19.
I said, I know how you feel about the case, Rock, and you got really offensive. That's all I said.
But you don't know that. I ain't offended by shit. That ain't my life, nigga. I'm free, nigga.
I said, I know how you feel about the case. That's why earlier I asked you, you know. Anyway, I really feel them people, man, because when shit happen like that, you don't know what to say. And I know she didn't write that. That she got the legal team, whoever that is, they put a piece of paper in front of her and told her to read that. And all that's what that is. But like I said, the boy didn't even have a knife, man. All this stuff coming out, man. That was a spike key that you do your cliques with at a track event. You supposed to have that. He was under a tent. And who supposed to come tell you to move from under 10 and you ain't even official to do that? So that's all I'm saying. I just say this is all messy. A life was lost. It shouldn't have been. Another life gonna be messed up. And the parents are just trying to navigate through it. I know the other boy who lost, parents, they hurt and they mad, and this person don't want to lose their kid because they know it's a mistake. So it ain't like it's no, war with the Klan against the Panthers or nothing. It was just two kids and made a mistake, man, and that's all that is. And we just need to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I know I was on the black side, this side, but at the end of the day, them two kids, one lost their life and the parents is hurting. I know if I was a parent and my son done that, it ain't no reflection on me. He just made a mistake or done something. So as a parent, you got to ride with him. And the white people, you lost your kid. You don't have no understanding at this point in time because you lost somebody. So it's really ugly. I just going to sit back and see how I do. And I just hope that little black dude don't get his life thrown away. And I hope he learned from this. And I hope that twin learned from the situation of losing his brother. And we all grow, because this could be a bad situation or this can be a growing situation. It's however you want to look at it. I'm not here to shit on nobody because I don't know all the facts. I just know it wasn't intentional. So that's why I ain't hard on the other dude. If he came up there to kill that white boy and this, that, and other, like that other dude when shot to school, yeah, I'll be, have a harder disposition. I just think this was just a mere accident between kids, they fighting or whatever, and just high school stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's a tragedy, and that lady hurt. She don't know what to do, like she say, they was living in a $500,000 house out there. I didn't know that. All this coming out. They live in a good area. Like say, they wasn't hurting for no money. He wasn't no thug. He had a straight A average at school. I mean, what?
What was your source, Rick? Where you got the that it wasn't a knife involved in?
They put it out in report.
Okay.
If you follow, they put that out. They put out his grade average that he had straight A. He was straight A student.
Straight A student.
Yeah, he was straight A student. He was working on a scholarship, and he just had a spike key thing that you turn. And if you know one side sharp and the other side dagger, so that's what he's stuck in with. You know what I'm saying? A spike key, so that you do the thing with. So it wasn't a knife. See, that's why you never saw a picture of a knife. That's why I kept saying, is it a Bowie knife, a pocket knife? Because I know youngsters don't carry knives these days. So he had something, which was a spike key. And that's what he's stuck in with. You know what I'm saying? And they say when the cop said himself, when he took him in custody, he was talking to him and he says, is he all right? Is he all right? And the dude said, no, it's a tragedy. The cop kept telling him. He said, what that mean? He said, it's a fatality. And he said, he told him, no, the dude passed away. And he said, the little dude just like broke down, was like, no, you sure he ain't all right? He's like, no, you got to, And that did something for me. That I was like, okay, it wasn't malicious. He wasn't smiling and laughing or like, I did that. That nigga was fucked up. He was concerned about what his actions was. So that let me know he ain't all the way to the left. You know what I'm saying? His actions is, but he not. So, that's all I've got to do. Let's I just don't want to beat him up no more than what he gonna get beat up. And I believe her getting them threats, because that's what they do. That, that community of people, they gonna call, they gonna threat, they gonna do all that. They gonna get them kicked out the community. They gonna say all that because that's how they retaliate. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing, unstrange about that. But I feel for them because I know it's really happening to them. I know it. I know that's happening to it. If you do something to a white person like that and you go home, you're getting death threats. You're going to get the calls. You're going to get it. And you ain't going to know how they got it or what they is. They out there. And that's one thing. They stick together about that type of shit. So I just wish them well, man.
Yeah, and see, that was my first thoughts on the situation right at hand. At the end of the day, they both high school kids.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I know kids, when you're a kid, you do stupid shit. You make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? In us as society, we don't allow kids to make mistakes. no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no wiggle room for that shit no more. You know what I mean? Because so much of bullshit didn't happen of people really being malicious, kids thinking because I'm a kid, I'm gonna get away with it. So, you know, now the good is kind of suffering for the bad within that there. You know what I'm saying? So, but my heart definitely goes out to both families. You know what I'm saying? One already lost their child and one fighting to save their child. You know, it's an all around sad situation to me. You know, and that's why I didn't. Even last time when we spoke on it, when the situation first happened, I didn't look at it as a racial situation. I looked at it like two kids who both made a mistake, and it ended bad for everybody involved, both families and both of those kids, man. So I just pray that they some kind of way find a way to heal both sides of the family, man. Both sides for sure.
Quality.
All right, so it's a few things about the situation. When we were watching the video and the lawyer, when the girl was crying, he come put the paper towel on her face, wiping the tears away and stuff like that. See, things like that strikes me as odd because he's trying to sell something to the public. And what Rich just said was about the boy's grade average. If he was a dumb kid, does he still not deserve to be treated under the laws of America? He's still a person. I don't care if he's smart, dumb, crazy, retarded, whatever. He's still a person. So he deserves, I don't care what his grade average is. Those things shouldn't even matter when we're talking about this. But yet, those are the things that sometimes, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Rich. Don't take that the wrong way. Just saying, I'm showing you how the public tries to persuade an image of what they want you to see. And it's up to us to be realists and people to recognize what it is that they're trying to show us and what it is that we're actually seeing. And of course, that's going to take us to have to see the facts and let it play out to actually find out what really happened. But when I see little things like that, it's really hard for me to grasp a understanding of the situation because I don't like you to try to trick me. Just tell me what I need to know and let me go from there. I don't want to be tricked. Don't be wiping the face down and all that. That woman, I ain't even see no tears, to be quite honest with you. Now, that's not to say that she didn't say what she said, heartfelt and all that. And my heart goes out to both families too, because this is a tragedy. But it's certain little things that just always strikes me as odd when we're dealing with, especially when it comes to a camera being in a person's face and people wanting to portray an image of what they think this situation needs to look like in order for her to be successful.
But you know, that's the lawyer's job, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's
his job. So you know what I mean. We gonna expect the antics out of the lawyer. You know what I mean.
But those antics can sometimes backfire against you.
That's true. That's true.
Johnny Cochran put that glove on. He wouldn't have never put that glove on. OJ would still be locked up. See, it takes some antics sometimes. You know what I'm saying? To save. You know what I'm saying? You got to. Hey, that's what you pay for. Performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this last thing before I stop. I'm gonna say this here because what you said when you said it takes antics sometimes. It takes antics because that's what people look for. It doesn't take it. You just have to be willing to understand, hey, not to look for it. I don't want no antics. See, for a person like me, I don't want no antics. Tell me what I need to know and let me decipher from there what it is. Don't come trying to sell me something else because then I start looking at you as, well, maybe you're not the victim, you're the problem. That's my opinion, though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts on it. So again, I want to give condolences to the real victim.
Mm-hmm.
The real victim. The real victim ain't here to tell his side. The real victim ain't here to tell a lie. The real victim is probably getting buried any day now. The real victim not even here to apologize. This is my thoughts on it, and I'm glad you said some of what you said, Quality, because sometimes, I'd be looking at things from a psychological lens. And when I see me having that mentality, it be certain shit that be offending me. See, I don't like when my intelligence get played with.
Bingo. That's it right there.
I hate it. You know, the patting the tears.
I don't need that.
If, you know, somewhat forced tears to me.
And then the written out statement.
And then, thank you. So that blew me away, because if it was truly heartfelt, you didn't have to write that down and type.
I wouldn't be looking down to read what's on that paper if it was really coming from my heart.
Listen, what's on my heart, I ain't got to write. Hell, I don't have my songs out and went in a damn booth and didn't write. So you know if it's heartfelt and it's truly genuine, it ain't nothing to remember, because it's there.
I'm going to say what's in my heart.
I'm going to say what's in my heart. What's in my heart stays there.
Yes.
It's written, right? And so that was one issue. Another issue, and this was the most disrespectful part of it. You sold yourself like you was the goddamn victim. Diabolical. Diabolical. You a liar.
No accountability.
No
accountability. They are the victim.
Let me talk. I didn't say shit when you were talking. No accountability. Same shit that we dealing with these modern women. They either don't hold themselves accountable or that they don't get held accountable by society. It's always everybody's fault but theirs. Another thing, I was taught what's understood ain't got to be explained. So why did you feel the need to tell me he was raised in a two-parent home? Why did you feel the need to tell me he had a mama and a daddy? And you sit here and talk about and start screaming. See, that's how you really talk at home. See, you was trying to hold it in, but the real you came out because you couldn't hold. See, that's how you talk to your husband. That's a
what
fact.
The heck? What?
Secondly, let me land. Secondly, this is what really fucked me up. You said you was getting death threats. I've gotten death threats. But you know what, though? I'll take death threats over death any day, nigga. Any day. If I could, I'd rather take death threats and be alive than dead. And at the end of the day, that bullshit 2.5 second prayer for the real victim, that was insulting. That was insulting. Then on top of that, the father of Metcalf Kane,
they cut you off, Brock.
Then the father of Metcalf Kane, they run him off. They told him to leave. Did he leave? Yes. They told her son to leave. Did he leave? Rock. No, he took a life.
Y'all see Rock?
I can see him.
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay,
yeah, I can hear him and everything.
I'm going to say this again. When the father came to the press conference, they asked him to leave. He left.
He out of
but when they told her son to leave from under that tent, he didn't. He took a life. I'm done.
Okay, let me ask you this though, Rock. Are you because you say that the real victim?
Yeah.
So are you saying because her son took a life that she's not a victim by being harassed on her phone and death threats? That makes her a victim also, right?
Boy, this is what I'm saying. They're victims by default. Metcalf's son is a victim.
But still in all, if my son takes another somebody's son's life, does that warrant me being harassed and my daughter being afraid to go to sleep?
I never said that.
Right.
I never said that. You acting like I said they deserve it. I never said
you
that.
You said the real
victims.
The real victim is the dead one.
No.
Okay, so both parties are victims in this situation.
Is we really?
Rob, let me say this.
Y'all really comparing the two.
Yeah, let me say this, Rob. I'm gonna try to.
Look, we can agree to disagree.
I know, but
let me get hold on. No. Can I respond to trust, sir? You can't talk for me. Okay? So here's my point. It's so fucking easy to say this. It's so easy to say what y'all saying when it ain't your child that's dead. It's easy. But it ain't y'all child. It ain't her child.
Okay.
See the difference? It's not your child. She's not burying her son. She still at least gets to talk to him. Her son still has a chance. When she wakes up in the morning, she can still fix her son breakfast.
What they got to do with anything?
I'm done, man. I'm done.
What the hell that got to do with anything?
That's got a lot to do with it, Rick.
I'm done.
That don't have nothing to do with it. Let me tell you why. Hold on, I ain't said
we
nothing.
Gotta go on. No,
I ain't said nothing. I haven't said not one thing on this topic.
You said what you said. We gotta go to the next subject, Rich. You can't respond after everybody every time.
I never said nothing. You said something about this here. I just
okay, but we gotta keep it moving. I let everybody speak before I said anything. So
but you put some things out there. And you just left
that ain't how it work though. That ain't the rule. It don't work like that. Next subject, nigga. Damn.
You know what? Okay. You just want to land on that. No, I'm finna eat your ass up if you let me talk. I'm finna eat your ass up, and you know it. I undressed to eat your ass up on this because you double standard just like that Shannon Sharpe shit.
Hey, next
ain't nothing illegal about that.
God damn it. You the only nigga I had to mute. This nigga done erased himself. Dumbass. He don't know technology either, dumbass. This nigga ill.
He's just passionate.
Look at him, he's still talking. I ain't even put him on the damn thing yet. Look at him.
We can't see him.
Look at him. You deleted your damn self. Next subject, nigga. Hold on.
He's just passionate, man. He's a passionate man.
No, but we gotta have structure. No, we can't respond after everybody every time. We damn near 2 hours in and we got 9 more top subjects. No, bro. Damn.
But this the hot topic.
No,
right here.
It don't matter. No. God damn, this nigga like a child.
Save yourself.
Shit. Next topic.
Yeah, save yourself. Better. Because I'm on you about that little boy.
Whatever, nigga.
For real.
Next subject, man. God damn. All right.
Your son, your father, or your husband?
My son. I'm putting my son first. My father, then my husband.
My son.
Yeah.
And then my daddy. And then my husband.
My son. And then who? My father, then my husband. Why the husband last? Let me know something.
Because regardless, if me and him together or not, my daddy and my son gonna be there. So fuck it.
Your
son and husband, or my son, my husband, then my dad.
My son, my father, my husband, yeah.
Why y'all put husband last? Let me know something.
I love my daddy and I love my son.
I birthed my son. Why wouldn't he be first? And my daddy, like, that's my daddy. Come on. You my husband.
Husband, son, father. I feel like if I get married, my husband is supposed to be like the head of the house. That's supposed to be, the leader or whatever. In the end, yeah.
Who you putting first, your son?
All right, before we speak, let me introduce the subject. The segues be so beautiful. Be so fucking beautiful. We sitting there defending these bitches who we ain't holding accountable, making them victims, but they gonna put your motherfucking ass last. Y'all heard it yourself.
And we stay in the relationship. We stay in the
relationship.
relationship.
If he don't want it. Tell him don't pick if he don't want it. You understand?
So anyway, what's y'all thoughts on this? 9 out of 10 black women put their husband last.
The first thing I ever said on your show was bitches ain't shit. So I've been there. So I understood that. I understood that years ago about women. You know what I'm saying? They are the most self-preservation people on earth. They think about them first. You always know that. Because a woman to give her child up or do anything. See, so you got to realize, you know, you read the Bible or you read the story, heard the stories, you know, hey, that's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? You just said it. We the most underappreciated. What you just said a few minutes ago about men, yeah, they ain't. We was just talking about grandma and them. Shit, they don't sleep in the same bed, husband and wife. It don't have no value no more, and that's what happens. They don't see it no more, so it has no more value. When you see something, it has value to it. If you see a 2-parent house, you probably gonna have a 2-parent house. But if you didn't grow up in that shit, they don't know. Them young girls don't know nothing. They just thinking. You know what I'm trying to say?
What's your thoughts on it, Trust?
You know, most of them girls to me looked to be no older than the age of 25.
Yes.
Yeah, but they speak for the average motherfucker. Let's keep it.
I can't put that on the average motherfucker. I can't.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that, Trust. Because they mamas and they aunties ain't got no damn man. So they get it from somebody. So we can't just put it on their age. They got it from somebody.
The reason
they didn't create that mindset themselves, my nigga. You got to get taught that.
The reason I it's the reason I put that on age. You know what I'm saying? Because life have a way of teaching us shit. You see what I'm saying? She may be in that mind state right now because, you know, bullshit that been fed to her. You know what I'm saying? But that mind frame can be changed. It's not so, because, and the reason I say that because we have seen women put their man before anybody.
Mm-hmm. And it's usually the wrong man.
I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Say that.
I'm not gonna say that.
That's who she chose.
I'm not gonna say that. But you know, I didn't me personally speaking. You know what I'm saying? I got a woman right now. I'm not the perfect man, right? I'm not perfect by
none of us are. None of us are.
Okay. My woman right now, I got a good woman. You know what I'm saying? She cooks, she clean, do a lot of other things that I don't care to talk about on the air, right?
Yeah.
So, good woman though, right? And her mama done told her before, why? Nigga, she gonna stand on business by me.
See,
you got me fucked up by mine.
You better do the dash. Bitch, you better do the dash by me.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You better do the dash.
Yeah, so I can't put that on all women. You know, those young women right now, they might be in that mind frame. They probably ain't met a man that they feel like, you know what, this him. It's me and him against the world. We fading all opposition right here. You know what I mean? So I believe that can change. You know, do I totally disagree with their mind frame or where they coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? Because your son, your father, over your husband.
One? Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit to me.
I have a question. Bullshit. I have a question. And Quality, I want you to answer this. Now, this based off what you said, Trust, about as far as 25.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all not notice that when it comes to age, it seems like Black culture seems to give us too much grace. And we make our 20s seem like that's childhood. Why?
20 is a child, right?
No, that's not. It's not.
It's not.
When does your brain stop developing?
Your brain never stops developing.
It never stops.
Your brain does. Your brain not saying can you still learn. When does your brain stop developing? When does it stop growing?
I don't know. I have to consult with a doctor about
that.
Yeah,
21.
No, it does not. It varies for different people. It varies for different people. I know. I talk to a doctor.
Get your Google eye.
I already talked to doctor. You don't have to do that yourself. But my whole point is, my whole point is, bro, it's like, let me tell you, bro, That's bullshit. We the only culture that does that. The only culture that I know does that is white people, and that's when they son committed murder. Then it's a kid. Other than that, they don't treat they ass like they fucking babies. We seem to give our 20-year-olds this allotment, this extra room to fuck the fuck up. And that's just not reality. It's hurting us more than helping us. They're grown.
But you got to realize too, Rod, school don't teach you shit.
I ain't talking about school.
I'm getting to a point. I'm getting to a point about being grown. If you at 18 years old, you don't have a bank account, you don't have none of that shit together, and you graduate and your parents say either go to college or get out of my house. So you're trying to learn. What I'm trying to say, you're not grown.
I know 30-year-old niggas without a bank account. That don't mean they're not grown.
I'm getting to a point. Now you just picking an organ. Don't do that.
Right,
that don't look cute when you just grab it. The basic of the whole thing of what I'm telling you to totality is
don't look cute.
Kids don't have their shit together because the grown folks ain't preparing them. Chinese people, they prepare their kids. I used to deal with some Chinese people.
Okay, so you're proving my damn point.
I didn't ever say I was against your goddamn point.
Do you have to make it a 10-minute discussion to agree with me, nigga? We got 8 more fucking topics.
Oh, okay, well, okay. I agree with you, Rock. I'm out your way then. Okay, I'm out your way then. I was just saying that, you know.
No, you not. You gonna get in the way again, nigga. I tried to promise you.
All right, I get out of the way. I'm out your way. Okay.
He ain't lying.
I know, goddamn it. Shit. Hey, we're pushing it to 3 hours, right? Goddamn, that's more advertising in between.
No, it's not, nigga. No, I gotta go to bed, nigga.
Okay. But see the compound on top of what Rick's saying. Okay. Let's say, example, your child turns 22, 23 years old, and you just boot them out to the world.
Yeah.
You really set them up for failure.
I never said kick your son out at 22.
Yeah, whose fault is that you put your son out at 22 when you knew that child was not capable of making those decisions?
You heard the key word you said.
Daddy, get him trust. Get him.
The key word was your child.
But he's a grown child.
Because it's my child. I
got you that quality. Hold on. No, chill out, bro. First of all, trust. Your child is always going to be your child to you, but to the rest of us, that's a grown motherfucker.
Whatever, she my child.
Thank you, but to us, that child a grown motherfucker.
That's a grown person, though.
That's a grown person.
Okay.
And I'm one of those who don't condone me throwing your child out at 18 just because they grew up and they made 18. So now you got to kick them out. I don't believe in that. I believe that your child should stay at the house for as long as they can to give themselves a head start for be able to take off without having to come back. Because once you do leave, I don't want you to come back. At that point, it become me and mama. Nah, this us. So I don't want you to come back. So I want to make sure that you got everything you need to stay your ass out there. So I believe in letting them stay here longer. If it take them up to 25, if it take them up to whatever, I don't mind that part.
Oh man.
Once you leave, I do not want you to come back because I want you to blossom. I want you to grow into your own.
But if you know they're not ready at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you can't say that's not a child with somebody else talking to them because they're not developed yet.
That ain't got nothing to do. That child supposed to be developed. That's your fault if that child is not developed.
No, everybody develop. Everybody develop at different levels, at different times, different situations.
All we're saying is regardless of regardless, we can go on and on about the reason. They're still grown motherfuckers. Nothing's gonna change it.
When that child go to court and it has something to do with legal, they're not gonna say, this child was 21, so we're not gonna see what they did. No, they're gonna be tried as an adult. So it's my job to make it. I treat them just as that. Not to sit here and handicap them by telling them, oh, you 25, so it's okay. Maybe next time you won't make that. No, motherfucker, you made that mistake, so now this is what you got to do to eat it. You got to own it.
Whoever T Ben
is, he accept the consequences that come with it. And you got to deal with that. Now, I'm gonna love you the whole way while you're dealing with it, but you gonna deal with it.
That's all I'm saying. And
that
so
dude Ben T said it. T Ben.
That's
Grown
all
and
I'm
mature.
saying, man. They grown. Like, let me tell you something. If I go to the gas station right now and some 23-year-old nigga come at me, I don't give a damn about what he been through. I don't give a damn about how undeveloped this fucking brain is. He better get the fuck out of my face.
You gonna handle that 23-year-old different than you gonna handle a 40-year-old.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna handle them the same way.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm gonna handle them the same way.
I'm finna tell you. I'm finna tell you how you gonna handle them different.
How you gonna tell me how I'm gonna handle them different?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Rock.
Disagree once I said. If you disagree once I said, then you disagree.
Come on.
Let's say example. You walk into a barbershop. Everybody in the barbershop is under the age of 25. You're gonna talk to them under 25 brothers different than you if you was to walk into a barbershop and it's our gentlemen over the age of 40. You're gonna be like, oh, these youngsters up in here, man. So I'm gonna handle these youngsters like youngsters. You're not gonna be talking to these youngsters like they 40-plus-year-old men. You're not even gonna be able to relate to them on that kind of level, talking to them like they 40 years old.
Let me speak.
They're not there yet.
Let me speak on it. Why I gotta change who I am to relate to somebody that ain't on my page? If that child is 25 years old and then the whole barbershop is 25, I'm not changing who I am to relate to them. It is up to them. I'm going to stay who I am. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to speak the way that I speak. That's going to be to a 25-year-old, 55-year-old, 90-year-old. I'm always going to be respectful, so I'm going to respect any young man the same way that I respect an older person. So it ain't, when I walk into the place, I'm not caring about who age is what. And I'm not changing who I am to relate to them.
But
I'm going to speak regular. I feel like I speak good English. So it doesn't matter what I'm saying. It's going to all be said the same way.
Listen, I kind of get what he's saying because you're right. What you're saying is everywhere you go, you treat people with respect. So you don't got to change.
I ain't got to change.
That's what he's saying. But what he's going a little deeper, that you ain't going to go in there and talk to them about stocks. You may go talk about sports.
Yes,
you may not talk about masonry or Bible with them. When you see the old pastor in there, y'all might take a little couple scripture. But with them youngsters, you may talk about what that. I'm not saying you're gonna disrespect them. He's just saying you're gonna change, how you talk or move in the room. You're gonna move with respect. But how you would handle 50-year-old men, you ain't gonna handle the 25-year-old men. And that's just what it is. And I'm saying your walk gonna be the same. But
look, if I walk in the room and the conversation is about the Bible, then I'm going to talk about the Bible.
That's
if
what
the
I'm saying.
conversation is about sports and I walk in the room, then we're going to talk about sports. I'm not going to come in the room and change the conversation because of my age. I'm going to come in being the same person no matter what. Now, whatever y'all are talking about, I can relate to what you're talking about. I don't have to change the conversation just because I'm older. I can relate to whatever is being said. If we want to talk young, I can be silly. I can be young. If we want to talk adult, I can be adult. I would rather talk adult because I feel like I can teach that young man or woman, hey, yeah, it'd probably be good to invest in some stock. Probably be good to get your shit up and get your money right. If they want to hear that. Now, if they don't want to hear it, then all right, we move on. You want to be a dumbass? All right, well, nigga, let's smoke weed out there. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
And let me say this. When I'm saying when I'm saying about we got to stop babying our children, because that's what we're doing as a whole, as a culture, right? When I say that, I don't mean stop loving them the same. I'm going to love my children as they're my child. But what I'm saying is, your child ain't my child. That's a grown motherfucker to the world. That's all I'm saying. And so we gotta learn how to gauge that better and make better and parent a little bit better. You see what I'm saying? That's just like I'm known for telling my kids no, even if I'm gonna do it. You want to know why? Because if I yes them all the time, I knew that they were going to go into the world expecting yes from everybody and to have their way. And if I did that, they were going to fuck themselves off because they were going to react in ways that are not conducive to society. So I had to feed them no. So when they go out in the world and they get a door closed on them, they won't react as a child. That's all I'm saying. We gotta install a level of maturity in our youth because we're behind. We're behind. And it just ain't no justification for it. We are behind, bro. See, most of us know how to use the cell phones, but we don't know how to code shit. Our children don't know how to code. I know how to type faster than some of these youngsters. That shouldn't be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I don't mean, yeah, our kids gonna always be kids to us, man, but you know, we just got, it's like I just hear that so often. Oh, he 18, he messed up. Oh, that's okay, he a baby. He 21, he go to prison. Oh, well, you know, he made a mistake. He 25. Oh, you know where he got to bump his head. He 30. Oh, well, you goddamn, how many more motherfuckers? How long we gonna get this nigga excuses?
Exactly. When do we hold him accountable for his actions?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Give me a second. We finna add T-Dot in, man. He want to get in, so hold on. He on the show. All right. So let's see. Here go the next one, man. This is pretty interesting, y'all.
Going back to Vietnam, you know, Vietnam doesn't have anything. There's no such thing as autism in 1975, in year 2000, year 2001. There's no such thing. When Vietnam signed the WHO, when Vietnam signed into the International Monetary Fund, the banking system, Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation introduced the vaccination program into Vietnam. Now Vietnam has over a 300% rise in autism. And going back.
All right, so basically this was a Vietnamese guy. Hold on, just a T-Dot, what's up, baby?
What's up, bro? Can I hear?
Yes, sir. Can you good? You everything good on your visuals?
And what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing, man. We just switched topics. We just posted about the video. But you could you want to stay in and chime in on the next one, we cool. This about autism. We just showed a video about Vietnamese man. He was talking about how autism didn't exist in Vietnam until they joined the World Health Organization and allowed Bill Gates to come in, and said ever since then the autism rate in Vietnam has risen by 700%. And so basically we just want y'all thoughts on that. And Ben, if you want to chime in first, you can.
Bro, you talking to me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me get everything. I ain't never been on the stream yard before, but y'all can hear me all right?
Yeah.
I got you.
Wanted to give you a little time?
Well, let me see how to make my screen bigger. I don't think it'll matter. All right, what's the topic again, brother?
The topic is about autism. Autism used as a race weapon, biological weapon. A Vietnamese doctor, we just showed the video where he was talking about autism didn't exist until Vietnam joined the World Health Organization, and when they allowed Bill Gates to come in, autism has went up 700%.
Damn.
Yeah. So we just want to know your thoughts on it. I know you have I know you personally have knowledge on that and biological warfare and stuff like that. And when it comes to that, so what's your thoughts on it, fam?
Man, when it comes to autism, I can say I don't know, man, because I don't know how they was diagnosing what the issues were back then versus what they're saying what it is now. I don't have a whole lot of information on autism just to be giving my opinion because I don't want to be just too far left. But
well, let me ask you this: give me your thoughts just on the health warfare in general. Now that I do know you can talk about. I know you can talk about that,
man.
You know,
it's a mixed
AIDS in
bag, brother.
Africa, you know what I mean? ADHD in America, you know.
Yeah, I do believe that when we talking about health issues, I feel as though I think as though the pharmaceutical industry plays a big role in how they diagnose people. You know, but I don't know. You got to be a little more specific on what particularly, because a lot of stuff can be conspiracy. A lot of things can be what I might think to be a case, but I don't know everything like that, man, because I'm not in them labs.
Well,
you got to
yeah,
be in them labs.
I was asking just for a general answer. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be specifically. Specifically autism. So you know what I mean.
I would say, generally speaking, brother, that people who don't have great access to healthcare are kind of told they do what they're told when they do get in front of a doctor, because they're gonna hit you with the fear factors. You know, if you don't do this, it's gonna happen to you. That's gonna happen to you next, and they put you on prescription, put you on medication to keep you coming back. And I think most doctors, I can't say most, but a lot of doctors are more so concerned about getting them kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies. And I think when you're less educated, you tend to fall victim of things like that. That's like my overall perspective on the healthcare industry and how it targets people of low income and like a low social status.
Gotcha. Who want to go next?
I'll chime in.
Everybody mute you when you're not talking, so we don't have to worry about the reverb. And then when you do want to say something, just unmute and you can speak.
We know for sure, you know, when you're dealing with the medical system, that there's a underlying agenda behind a lot of the things they do. And I'm not saying that doctors are bad people, because a lot of people come in the health field generally wanting to help people. But doctors can only practice within their bylaws that the medical system, which is a board of motherfuckers who getting billionaires, you know what I'm saying? It's a board of billionaires telling doctors what they can and cannot do. You see what I'm saying? And these are the people who are pushing the drugs on people, like how now we got a pandemic of people who want to pop perkies and all these other things they popping. You know what I'm saying? We can go all the way back to, if you want to talk experimental wise, we can go all the way back to the Tuskegee experiment, where they were shooting black men up with diseases. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about how they went into the World Health Organization, who went into Africa, was injecting them with diseases, allegedly, right?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. They was making them infertile.
But I'm just trying to be on the safe side, you know, because of YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying allegedly. You know what I mean? So we have to be skeptical, you know, when we get these doctors in a room telling us something. Like my little brother. Matter of fact, he posted on the thing I seen, so I know he watching tonight, right? Me and him getting a whole blown argument one night, right? Because he's in the medical field. He's like a registered nurse or one of them. I don't know. He like a step below a doctor, right? So we get in a whole blown argument because I'm telling him most doctors don't know. They don't treat. They don't teach you how to be well. They give you something for your symptom. You see what I'm saying? And we know when you treating symptoms, you're not getting to the underlying root of the problem. You see what I'm saying? So, in a lot of the times, the underlying root of the problems, especially, I can't speak on Vietnam because I don't know, you know, exactly what's going on in Vietnam, but I can speak for Black people in America. A lot of times when we have these underlying health issues, it's what we put in our body. It's the food we eat. And if you go to a doctor right now and you got high blood pressure, the doctor not gonna tell you, you know, you need to cut this out, you need to eat this. He not gonna have you a supplemental diet, because most doctors, guess what? They don't have to have a nutrition class in order to be a doctor. So he don't understand nutrition a lot of the times. But what he is gonna give you, I got a pill for this. Take this pill for your high blood pressure. okay, this pill might got some symptoms of this, that, and the third. So here you're gonna have to take this pill to take care of this, that, and the third. And this pill gonna do this. So boom, we got this pill right here. You see what I'm saying? And so they're just adding on to it. For you know it, you got 20 pills in front of you, which are creating more problems. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be skeptical of these doctors. So I don't doubt the Vietnamese people for saying that before Bill Gates and all these organizations came into Vietnam that the autistic level was low. I don't doubt that not one little bit. I believe it's very much possible.
Yeah, well, it's very much a fact. I mean, you know, allegedly, historically, you know, they've been historically, you know, it's definitely documented even by the villains themselves that it's been done. You know, whether it was AIDS, malaria, Down syndrome, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but one thing I can say is this: it is so true what happened in the past, and then in a lot of ways it's happening now. I just think the fault has swung its pendulum to the actual individuals themselves. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you know, it's people who work and got health, who can get health insurance and won't even opt in on it, right? And it's like, how do you not opt in on it? Or they feel like it's taking too much money out their check, you know? And then you got people who are just they're just health irresponsible. You know what I mean? You know, some of us don't even attempt to combat health. And it's a statistical fact, and I know this also. I mean, I say this from personal experience too. A lot of the sick people, at least in the Western world, they created their own sickness.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I definitely would say, you know, to everybody out there, man, be more health conscious, develop a healthy lifestyle, workout, man. You know what I'm saying? To prevent having the doctors to give you any kind of medicine, because in a lot of times we get so sick to where that medicine is the only option, or you will die, because we pushed ourselves to the point of no return.
Went too long.
Yes, some people gotta have hard medicine. It ain't no way. It's too late. No, you need it, nigga. It's too late.
Hey, but you know what, Rob? Can you hear me? I put my earpiece in. Y'all can hear me?
Good.
Dope. Man, one thing I think is important though is it's important to go to the doctor to at least get a reference point on what they telling you. You can at least find out what's wrong with you. And then from there, if they say, okay, medicine initially, you could be like, okay, I'll wait on the medicine depending on how serious it is, to see if there's a physical therapy, if there's a diet that you can that you can work on. But if you don't even know like what's going on, you don't even know where to start. So you don't have to agree to the medication initially, but you can always go, let me figure some other alternative methods first, something that's proven, before I decide to get on some medication, depending on how serious it is.
That's fact, man. And I'm gonna tell you how I know you're telling the truth. That's one of the reasons why I've never been quick to take aspirin, right? I used to work in a plant, and I ended up taking a gig out there in North Texas. And at the plant, it was a different kind of plant. It was a bunch of big steel cubicles, looked like little space modules. And what I noticed was we had to take an 8-hour class on the chemical that we was going to be working with. And we had to be covered like on almost spacesuits, hand, clothes, and everything. And it was an enclosed environment. And so what they basically taught us was that we was making the chemical that goes into the powder, which we call aspirin. So when we take aspirin, basically the powder, which is the pill that we're taking, that powder is what's holding the chemical that makes the aspirin work for us. So come to find out, guess what that chemical is? That chemical is what it does is it sends a signal to your pituitary gland, which convinces you that you're not hurting wherever you're hurting at. Fuck me up. Right?
That shit
And
is
so
crazy.
one of the reasons why I'm not quick to take action is because if you're hurting long enough, your body goes to war and it creates the natural chemicals and neurological senses go to want to fight the situation.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we end up we cheat. You know, we go get the Ozempic, you know, we take these, you know, or we go to the doctor, like y'all saying, we get these cheats. You know what I mean?
Shortcut.
Yeah. We want to be careful with that, man. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
I'll say this from personal experience. I want to say about a good maybe 2 years ago, I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then the doctor, you know, at this time, I was every bit about 300 pounds. So I was a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor, to make a long story short, and this motherfucker prescribed me damn near 9 medications. 9. I was like, you got me all the way fucked up. First of all, I was too young to be thinking of 9 medications to be taken regularly, almost daily, just so I can, suffice or survive or whatever. So I was like, you got me fucked up. So to make a long story short, I then started doing a lot of research. That headache that you're talking about, there are fruits and vegetables that you can take that actually works on keeping those things maintained so that you don't have to take that medicine. See, the medicine is designed for you to get hooked, for you to have your body is to depend on it in order for them to, and that's how, of course, the doctors make their money. It's like you said, they're making their money because they're going to prescribe these medicines. These medicines are going to pay them for prescribing it to their patients. So it's all natural ways that you can do to self-medicate yourself. And it's way better. And I'm finna end it here, but in doing that, I went back to the doctor. I want to say about maybe a month later, because I told him, let me come back. I refused to take the medicine, so I said, I'll be back in a month. We're going to redo it in a month. I'm down to like 1, and that was vitamin D.
And let me add to that because I want to balance it out. Let me say this. For y'all out there watching, most doctors do care. Let's make that clear because we don't want to just villainize the doctor. Not that y'all are.
Yeah.
I got to, because at the end of the day, let's be honest. I've seen cancer patients outside of the hospital smoking a cigarette with an oxygen machine.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So
accountability once again.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of our tax-paying money is going to people to people who don't even care about their own health.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we, like you say, accountability, man. So and I'm proud of you too, Quality, man. The people need to hear stories like that. My son, it was a time where he was actually on like 10, 12 medications. And of course, my son have a lot of issues. He has symptoms from Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, scoliosis, had several types of seizures. He's had over 60 surgeries, still alive. And it got to the point to where I just started looking at my son. I'm like, my son, it's almost like he's a freaking experiment. So I started doing a lot of research and everything. And I end up looking for natural, holistic ways. And I end up getting him off of 7 of those medications.
Look at there. See?
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely ways to do it out there, y'all, man.
Hey, I wanted to say this before we move on. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying his son, he did that, and it got to a point. He did that before it was the point where his son had to depend on those medications that doctor was giving. So that's what made it a blessing in itself, right there.
A blessing, because he's still on them same medications he was on. He not on all the ones he was.
Exactly.
Yeah. What you got to say, Ben?
I was just gonna say, man, to your point, I do also believe that most doctors do care. I think it's a combination of capitalism. I think it's a point of like when they see so many people, it becomes more like it's harder to care for so many people at the same time. And then you got so if
a doctor may in their heart feel like, man, if this person can just, exercise, uh, change the way they eat, they may tell you that, but they also, based on what the science is going to say behind medication, like, well, this has been proven to do this based on these, and they'll give you all these different symptoms, like I mentioned before, that you got to be aware of. But a lot of people tend to ignore them symptoms and just think about, oh, well, this gonna help me get rid of this problem, but forgetting that it could be suicidal. You might have a psychotic outbreak or something. You know what I'm saying? You might develop paralysis and all these things that go on. You hear all those things, you thinking to yourself, well, man, I ain't heard about that happening to nobody else, so I should be straight. But they done told you. But when it's like, hey, on top of, this medication, like with pharmaceutical companies, man, they make money when they go sell these different, lab trials, these different prescriptions and medications that have been through these different trials. And doctor like, okay, well, I'll give it to my patient based on the research. So they may tell you the holistic ways. They also going to tell you this medication too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a combination of all that kind of rolled into one.
Yeah.
So they ain't all bad. They ain't all good, but I don't think it's all based on ill will, because they got families. They trying to go home.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to get wrapped up in no scandal. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's a combination of all that.
Ben, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. Okay, so my wife's Nigerian, right? And this is also a statistical fact. This is a fact, and this is a study that shows, some of the most healthiest people are in some of the poorest countries in the world.
Exactly.
So you got to ask yourself, wait a minute, how is it that some of the most healthiest people are in some of the poorest countries in the world? You want to know why? Because it's something about the human psyche that'll tell you, you know what? We ain't really got that many hospitals out here. If I don't eat right, my ass is late.
Game over.
Game over. If I have an emergency, if I have a heart attack, we ain't got 911.
Yeah.
Ain't that something high pressure will make you move this?
Yeah, for sure.
See, they know they don't have all these medical facilities, and you got countries where it's probably only 4 or 5 real hospitals in the city or the state.
Yeah.
But they got some of the most healthiest people.
You know why? They ain't got no McDonald's, no Burger King, no Whataburger.
There you go.
No
There you go. Speak on
no
it.
Ling
But
Ling
that
on
too.
the corner with them fried wings. We ain't got none of that out there. You can't get sick if you're hungry. They tell you, hey man, they tell you
I
the
didn't say they
fast.
were starving. See, there you go. I ain't say shit about them being starved.
I'm saying it, brother. You can't make
They
it
not
if you're
starving.
hungry.
You can't put that on every
I
country.
didn't say the people
We going
starving.
to the
I said
next
they
subject.
hungry.
Fuck this shit.
Man, they hungry, man. Goddamn, people can't be hungry. Shit, I'm just saying they
Here
hungry.
we go.
Say, listen.
Here we go.
Listen, don't they tell you to fast? That's all you have to do, fast.
Hey, man.
Hey,
basically eat right, leave the McDonald's and all that shit alone, because that's where you go
they
wrong.
ain't got that. Listen, they ain't got that. They got.
And that's a good thing.
They got to catch
I
it.
wish we didn't have it. Imagine.
Hey, y'all heard about the y'all heard about that? There was some remote tribe, and I think the dude was from Asia. I don't know where he was from, but he went to this remote tribe, and he gave like a Diet Coke or something to the tribe. He ended up getting arrested for that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, I saw that.
So I saved this part just because I knew Rich was gonna get on my damn nerves.
Okay, come on.
I swear for God, I said let me add this in so we can loosen the fuck up, because I said Rich don't fucking get on my damn nerves, and I'll be damned. I was right. So hold on, let me play this. We gotta goddamn me shit get a break in this motherfucker, boy. Fucking with your ass.
I hate drama. I swear before God. Unaona sasa? Kenya iko mambo mengi sana. Kenya iko mambo mengi sana. Amka.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong. Yeah.
Amka na mkofia yako takataka. Toka hapa, enda nyuma huko. Kwenda nyuma. Kwenda huko, stupid.
Wow.
Hey, Hey,
I had to. I knew this nigga gonna get on my nerves. I said, let me.
Say, man, these churches getting out of hand.
Now that ain't a conversation piece, Rich. I know you want to talk about every damn thing.
I'm just saying they shutting the door and now they slapping people. They shutting the door, getting their money. Now they
I
slapping
can't go to that nigga church, dog.
I'm just saying, God, dog.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna whoop a motherfucker ass for that one. I ain't gonna bullshit.
Yeah, you putting hands on somebody.
That to the hood right there. You slap me, I promise I'm slapping back.
All right, man. Here go the next subject, bro.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear it, right?
We can't, yeah.
I think he got it all the way up. So
When
it's
I
got
try
to be
to
something
turn
on
them all
their
the way
end.
up, that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's something on their end.
Yeah.
It ain't you. It's on their end over there, yeah.
You just got to kind of read the words.
Hey, can you make a full screen, Rob?
That better?
Yup.
That nigga sassy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, he got a little sugar in him.
That's two bitches. That's two women.
All right, so let me delete it first, the screen. And then we
I don't even really know what happened.
Yeah, give us a
I'm
little
explaining to you. I got you. Okay, so basically this was a situation where a ABC guy got into it with a female, a black woman, and so of course it was people there, patrons, and of course you've seen some of the black men specifically. So it went viral, and a lot of women were like, yeah, black men, they hate black women, they don't protect us and stuff like that. So the conversational topic today is your thoughts. For one, do you think that black women are unprotected by us? And two, do you think that the men should have, a black man there should have defended her? Who want to go first?
I go, boss. I will go. Boss man, I will go.
How we knew that wasn't gonna happen?
Open that door. You open that door. Here I
go.
Go
ahead,
look,
Rick.
man. Now. On the cool, you gotta mind your business. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the main thing the main thing. If that ain't your business, don't get in it, because I'm telling you, it might not end up like where they at. Because to be honest, they are unprotectable. Rock. The black, they hard. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. I think I told y'all the story. I tried to help a girl that was getting jumped on by her dude, man. I'm not bullshitting at the club Northside. Man, when I went to tussling with her dude, she hit me with a bottle in the head, talking about leave him alone. I said, I won't ever in my life again help. That means she jumped on me with him. And he was dragging her right there at the club. I'm like, man, fuck that. And I want to be hero. My homeboy sat there and watched me and that nigga tussle. Watched him hit me with a bottle and said, that's what your stupid ass get. From that day on, I ain't never got in nobody's business, man, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Because he was really hurling her. And I jumped in, thought I was a hero, and she jumped on me like, leave him alone. I'm like, what?
Rich, I totally agree with you. I had a similar situation happen to me.
And guess what, Rock?
We was at the club.
I wasn't even whooping the nigga, and she jumped on me. I needed her to help me. The nigga was handling me. I'm like, shit. I jumped in and got my ass whooped. I'm telling my homeboy. Hey, Trust, I'm telling Joe Pete. I'm telling Joe Pete to come help me, man. Joe Pete, get this nigga out of me and choking me. Joe Pete over there laughing like, man,
I need the bitch to help me.
Yeah. That nigga, look, I jumped over there, thought I was gonna be a hero. hero. That nigga said, come here. I said, oh shit.
Hey, man.
Shit.
Man.
I learned. Yeah, that's why I stopped, because I almost
Hey,
got my ass whooped. Not that I didn't want to help no more. Shit, I
Hey,
almost got
I
beat
had a
up.
situation. I was at a club, and me and my boys, we was leaving the club, and we seen this girl, and she was out in between some cars, and the dude had her picked up by the neck in the air, had her hanging, and so we like, man, you see that? And so we get a little close with our thing, but it didn't matter. So we like, say, kinfolk, man, don't do it out here, bro. Y'all take it somewhere, bro. We can't just sit and let you doing it like that, bro. Man, shit. Man, he let her go. She started talking shit to us.
See?
Ready to defend that nigga. We like, man, let's go, bro.
Yeah. Let me get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I'm in the wrong spot.
And look, and we in shock like a motherfucker. We like, did this just happen?
Shit.
Hey, my woman the same way. If you see us getting into it, you better stay out our shit.
Hey, keep the main thing the main thing.
Hey, trust. We learned our lesson that day. Stay out of motherfucking business. Stay out of motherfucking business. Anybody else got something to say on that?
Them women, man, god damn.
Hey man, bro, I got a wife and a daughter. My primary goal every night is make a home safe to my family. I'm gonna protect mine, depending on the circumstance. You know what I'm saying? If it seems like a domestic issue, hey, that ain't my business.
Yeah.
If it's like if it's more like, I'm just being real, man. I think that for any woman, especially our women, to be out and about and expect, random men to kind of jump in their situations, like totally disregard what we got going on in our lives, is a little unrealistic. So in other words, it's like they can just do what they want to do because they expect us to jump in and put our life on the line. I just don't agree with that. Me as a family man, you single, that's your thing, that's cool. But me, man, I'm not going to risk my life for somebody that I don't know the situation going on. And if I can help it, I will. I'm not putting my life on the line like that. Yeah. Now, if it's heated a moment, some shots rang out and I'm standing around, and I'm trying to get people on the ground, that's different. But man, if a woman get into it with some man in public, getting cussed at, yelled on, man, I'm not going to do too much of nothing. I'm going minding my business.
What if it's a random dude?
A random dude, like, where's the circumstance? Like, what you got to have context to it, man, because I'm not going to watch somebody get killed right in front of me.
You walk out the grocery store and you just see somebody hit her, I guess.
You know what? And
that's what I'm saying. Like, how you know their circumstance when I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying. You don't. What if you see a situation and you don't know the circumstance? You just see it.
Told you.
Oh shit.
Hey, what I open up with, Rock? What's my primary goal?
Get home.
Man, I got a 5-year-old daughter, man.
I'm a
helper.
Wife. I'm a helper, but I'm a helper by getting in the car, driving off, and call 911.
See,
there you go.
They go away to help right there. You can call the police. What I'm not going to put my life on the line. I ain't doing that.
I'm not putting my life on the line.
Now,
I'm not doing it. It's not fair to my wife and daughter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only way I will, if it's a white boy saying nigga shit and all that there, I can't hip it. I can get with that.
I can get with that.
I
can get with that.
By every last one of you motherfuckers. That ain't gonna hurt me now that he called me one.
I'm just saying.
I feel you on that. I can get with that.
Listen.
Man, please. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm going
that's
home.
Just my
I'm doing what Ben say. I'm going home to my
private shit. That ain't personal. That's home. Personal. Yeah, I'm with you, but I can't stand that white no sub. I can't. I gotta say
y'all
something.
Got me fucked up.
Man, I'm calling you a nigga ain't hurt you any other time when anybody else called you.
Not me. Her.
If
I
see her
disrespecting a woman and saying that, I'm gonna interject.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you gotta have to interject. Yep, I get with
that. This what I'm gonna do if I see a white man hurting her. I'm still gonna help her. I'm still gonna get in my car. I'm still gonna dial 911, but I'm gonna have some fun with the shit. I'm gonna say this white woman getting jumped on by a black man.
There you go. You're gonna get them that.
They gonna come there so quick.
They gonna get that.
They gonna get there quick. Thank you later, bitch.
Let me ask this question though. My man say that he got a 5-year-old daughter that he got to go home to, right? So when the word nigga got called out, that made it enough for you to jeopardize going home to that daughter to go defend that right there.
I said me. I said me.
No, I said, but I agree. But I agree with
He
what you were
agreed to it.
saying,
For
though.
you too, though.
Yeah.
For you too, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah.
The word nigga was enough to trigger you actually going over there to do something now.
Rich, let him speak. Rich, let him
It
land.
was just he was white and he was talking shit. That's all it was. I don't need nothing. He could say sir, mister, all that shit. I didn't hear none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm
So
pure
even
going on racist. I'm not speaking for the show or nobody on the panel, you two. I'm speaking for me. I'm just saying, I'm gonna see color and I'm gonna attack. I ain't even trying to hear it. That's just that old Black Panther, that old Nation of Islam stuff I used to be on.
Get your ass whooped by that white boy.
Shit, all that's gonna be in me.
That white boy gonna beat your ass too.
I'm gonna say something. I know I'm not opposed to, but I'm the individual gonna be like, man, fuck you, white boy, and for no reason. That's just me. And that ain't right.
That white boy gonna beat you up too, though.
But if the goal is to get home, Rick, if the goal is to get home, then why? I mean, you've been called everything before. Why that hurt?
Trust me.
Hey, but
trust me.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. And I can chime in on that because I made that statement. You know, like it could be, you know, I don't know if you call it contradictory or not, but I do.
How long before
Go ahead, brother.
you go?
Yeah.
Rick, please don't respond. You gotta go. That white boy gonna beat your ass. Go ahead, B.
So, you know, the dynamics tend to be a little bit different, man. I think that if a white man jumping on a black woman, usually that white man ain't gonna jump on no black man. It don't happen like that. And I'm just being real about it. Now, if a black man jump on a black woman, that black man might have got a more issue with you because you black, and we got that self-hate situation. A white man jumping on a black woman, he a coward. That's how I'm looking at it.
But what if that's how you know that ain't?
But he just wasn't the circumstance was random. You said the rules.
What if she created the fight? What if she created it? What if she?
I don't know. I don't know. But we talking about the heat of the moment.
You look at that white man, and you made the determination that because he's a white man and he beating on this black woman, that you done all that there. You done came through all the psychological part of that. But what if she was the one that created the argument?
I don't care.
If she created an argument, I'm going about my business.
You don't know that. You don't know that before you go over there and start to protect it.
I don't know that. I don't know that. But I'm talking.
That's why the best solution here is to get in your car and call the cops. I don't know what the fuck going on over there. That's not.
I was based on what I'm saying. What I'm saying is based on. I'm thinking the ramifications have been set. She ain't started. They ain't together. I'm talking about a random dude out there talking bad to a black woman. Now, if they together, she started it, and she get, whatever, then that's a different circumstance. But we talking about, hey, we outside.
What if that's our daddy though? If you know what I mean.
I'm cool with that. If
that's their choice.
None of these things y'all know for sure. None of them you know for sure. All you know is when you walked out, these motherfuckers fighting. That's all you know.
That's it. You don't know.
At this point now, y'all done put together. She started the argument. The daddy, the girl. We done put all this other shit in there just to go over there and do something about some shit that ain't got nothing to fucking do with us.
Exactly. And
hey man, double standards exist, and I can admit it. It is what it is.
What, y'all? Watch this here. Yeah. I'm finna. Hey, Trust. I'm
Trust.
Give
Trust.
Rock.
Hold on.
I got Rock right here. Rock.
That
go all the way back to when you wouldn't let me tell you about that little boy statement. If you don't mess with nobody, you won't find out. If we don't go mess with that white man when he fucking with that woman, and whatever happened to me, supposed to happen to me, because I wouldn't mess with him. I got in their business. Am I wrong? I would have got in their business, Trust. So whatever happened to me happened to me just like him. If you go over there, whatever happened.
He'll lose.
Okay,
Trust, what's your thoughts?
Man, I ain't getting no man. What? I ain't got time for that bullshit.
I ain't got no time for that bullshit.
I feel you.
Man, I ain't got.
All right, man, we're gonna go to the next subject, dog. We're going to the next.
God,
hey, well, hold on, man. What they have to do with that video we just looked at?
Man, he messed with Rock. You had to be here.
No, I'm talking about that video we just watched right now. What was that circumstance, man?
He said that dude was just arguing with that girl, and the black three guys were just sitting there, and they didn't do nothing. And then he started trying to explain.
Okay.
But
and black woman was saying,
yeah,
was complaining about the black men not helping
doing that, yeah.
saying we
But
ain't
we
shit
thought
and
that
all
was
that
a gay
shit.
dude. Yeah.
I'd have helped her, all right?
Yeah.
Come on, get your ass up
So
and
we're
let's
gonna
go.
go to the
That's
next
how we
subject,
help
y'all.
her.
We
Let's
gotta,
go.
we
Let's
gotta go to
fucking
the
go.
next
We ain't
subject,
gotta
y'all.
be here.
All right, we gotta go to the next subject. All right, we 2.5 hours in, but we're doing good, bro.
Even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? You guys have food, you have EBT, all these things, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person and move on. I feel that way. Like, why are they always like complaining? But when Black Lives Matters started happening, like, I sat down, I said, I need to actually know why these people are pained. And if we look at the history, what they've done to them, like if you actually sit down, watch some documentaries, how they were maltreated, I don't think if I'm actually born, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even have water, and you have water, you're complaining. But then it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better. We might not have resources, but there's some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in they're nurtured that way. Like they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for you, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. Even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? You guys have food, you have EBT, all these things, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person.
All right, so before we get started, let me explain. Yeah, it's very deep, man. When I watched it, I definitely respect both sides, man. I love it, man. This is a good topic. I definitely was waiting to get with this one. So I want to start off by saying this. The topic of the conversation of the video is resources versus racism. Okay, so with that being said, let's do our best to stay within that particular point, like range in that. I'm not telling you how to talk or nothing like that. I'm just saying if the conversation starts to veer off into other subjects, then I'm gonna kind of bring us back. Mm-hmm. All right. So the question is, okay, we understand, we know what racism is. We know what resources is. And so the debate is going to be resources versus racism. Now, for me, I've experienced racism way more than resources. Now, I can only speak for my era and downward. We can't fix our fucking mouth to say that we actually understand not having resources. And if we do, it's really shitting on our ancestors. So I've experienced racism, and then I can't even say I've experienced the same level of racism or same type, even though racism is still racism, not making nothing better or worse. Is it safe to say that African Americans now, to a certain degree, are spoiled when you compare it to resources? And the question I would say is this: I'd rather have racism than have to fight resources. What do y'all choose? Which one you think is worse, having racism or not having resources? Because I feel like if you give me the resources, then I got at least a stick to fight with, even though they can't beat a gun. But goddamn it, at least I can stay hydrated to fight your motherfucking ass. But if you take away my resources, I damn near ain't got no win. But what's y'all thoughts? I'm gonna go with you, Trust. racism versus resources.
Racism versus
that shit deep, ain't
it? Damn.
Well,
you need resources, right? Because let's say, example, if you want to start a revolution against the racism, the revolution need resources. You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather battle against racism than have to deal with the lack of resources. And the reason I say that is because I can overcome racism. You being racist toward me ain't gonna stop me from me personally. It ain't gonna stop me from doing motherfucking thing. I'm still gonna do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I need to do regardless. You know what I'm saying? If that door closed, guess what? I'm gonna go kick one open. And I'm not talking about going steal nobody's shit. I'm talking about creating opportunity.
Creating opportunity.
I'm talking about creating opportunity. So, but so I would rather have resources, because if you give me these resources, shit, I can take a little and make a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but just because Joe Blow around the corner don't like me because the color of my skin, you know what I mean? That's Joe Blow's problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Joe Blow sit in that hate and sit in that messed up frame of mind that he's in, while I continue to grow and continue to compound and give me some even more resources. Because at the end of the day, it's all about resources.
Can I chime in on something right quick?
Go ahead. I'm done with it. Go ahead.
I love this topic because the thing I look at is, if the person that got the resources is racist, how you deal with that? Because that's more of the problem. Not the resources. The person we getting the resources from is racist, so they can monitor how much resources you have. They can monitor how your resources is given. Well, we need to figure out how to get our own resources, and we'll have an unlimited supply of resources, so you ain't got to deal with racism. See, if you got to deal with them, you got to deal with however they give it. If it's price gouging, if it's racism.
Rich,
so, yes, sir.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just have to ask a question. It's an educational question. I'm adding context to it.
Yes, sir. Please.
Who is this entity that you're talking about?
The system, the power structure that's set up in America for you to get your resources.
Who is the power structure?
Your government. Your government.
What is it? Who is it?
You can say white people, Rich.
Yeah, just say white folk. That's what he mean.
I don't want to.
Hold on, y'all. Let him answer the question.
I'm just saying the government, because that's who set the standards. That's because she brought up EBT and all that. That's government issue program.
Okay, I asked you that question for a reason. Okay, so what is it that the white man can get from the government that you can't?
But that ain't what I'm saying. See, Rock, I don't want you to paint it that way, because I'm not saying we can't get the same thing. I'm just saying we need our own. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying the government won't give us.
Are you not American? Huh?
I live in America.
Are you not American?
I live in America.
See, that's our fucking problem as a people. That's our fucking problem.
I would say American, but I don't identify as a Black African American. I don't identify as that.
No, I mean, I asked that question. Are you an American?
Yeah, I live in America.
That's what he's saying. He don't identify as an American.
He doesn't identify as an American. He lives in America, though. I get it.
All right, go ahead.
What is an American? I don't want to identify when I don't know what American is. What is American?
He didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on him.
Okay, now there we go. There we go. Thank you, brother. But I'm not going there. I'm just saying, in our actuality, we need to try to figure out how we can get our own forms, our own this, our own that. That way you ain't got to worry about nobody being racism with our resources. But if we got to go, the government, if they controlling it, they controlling you. They controlling your education. Then we're just talking about the doctor. They making you go to they controlling this. That's where I said we're not free. You have to take it back. See, African people, they don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have to answer to nobody. Live out there wherever you live. Do what
I
you
get
do.
so tired
and,
of all this goddamn victim talking, man. This
Hey,
shit
so-
is
not victim. I'm not saying we victims. I'm not saying we
I want to jump in on something real quick.
Yes, you are.
I'm not saying we
Hold on, let me jump in on something real quick, just about the American thing.
Let TBN go.
Go ahead.
Just on the American thing, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I got my take on the topic, but about the American thing. And brother Rick, have you traveled internationally before?
Have I what?
Have you traveled internationally before?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Like
No, not Africa.
Not
Mexico
like that.
don't count, nigga.
Well, ain't Mexico good, but you know I went to a couple.
Leave him
islands.
alone, Rock.
Just a couple of islands.
Okay, I'm asking this, but this is why I'm saying it because, like, I understand what you're saying 100%. Like, not wanting to identify as an American, right? It's the nuances that make us American due to our culture, and this is what I mean. So when you go somewhere else, for example, let's say you got a business deal going on. When you and somebody sit down at the table to talk about business, when y'all sit down as Americans, let's get down to business.
Okay.
You ain't trying to talk about family. You ain't trying to talk about what you had going on for the day. You talking about business. That's an American thing.
Okay.
That's one point. Like another point, like we've traveled to Europe, Jamaica, just different places, right? Another thing that makes us American is like how we personal space. We don't like to be up underneath one another. We think that's like, man, let me have my own space. That's an American thing. So the point that I'm making is that when you go other places make you understand you're an American based on your culture and what you're used to. Not that you may not care about the Constitution. I ain't talking give me liberty, give me death, red, white, and blue. I'm talking about the cultural things. That's what makes you an American.
Okay.
And you will find that out very quickly when you travel other places because there's a distinction in culture. That's the only point that I'm making about being American.
Let me help you out with that. I'm all the
All
way
right.
with you. I'm not confused.
Yeah.
I know what y'all asking, but
Yeah.
this is my answer to that. I don't
I got you.
identify as that. What I
I feel
identify is as a nigga. When you go
I feel
somewhere
it.
else,
I feel
ain't no
it.
niggas in Africa, ain't no niggas in Europe, ain't no niggas nowhere but in America. A nigga is an American-made thing in the South. That's what
Absolutely.
that's what we identify as. So if I let you call me black, American, no, I'm a nigga. That's what you made me. This is what I am. So that's
I ain't mad at that. No, I ain't mad at that.
That's why I don't say American. I say nigga.
No, but I'm not. What I'm saying is,
I
hey,
understand what I'm saying. I know what you're saying because when I
Yeah.
went there, they let you know I'm European. I meet Africans. They like he said, his wife ain't Nigerian. She Igbo. They tell you exactly to the point what they is. I mean, I'm this.
I've never heard a white man call himself European.
Because he American. But if you go over there to Europe, you'll find some Europeans.
No, they don't.
What are they then?
You must ain't been in the other countries.
They gonna be whatever they are. They gonna
Thank
be
you, Trust.
French.
They're
I'm
gonna be
French. I'm
Scotland.
Thank you,
Italian.
Trust.
They're gonna say that, but they're European because that's the country they from. Okay, so why I gotta be American when I go somewhere? Why I can't be a nigga? Why I gotta be American? Shit.
I think you talking about how you identify yourself.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same fucking thing.
Must I be a nigga too?
I'm saying the same thing. Because if they identify as Scottish and this, that, and that,
Okay,
y'all
so
still European.
back on the subject. I see that's why I made that statement because I knew he was gonna veer the fuck off. Get back on the freeway, nigga.
Racism right.
versus resources, nigga.
Resources.
Which would you rather deal with?
You have to have resources to live. You know that. And what makes a third world country? They don't have no running water. That's what makes a third world country.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Resources. He talking about resources.
Running water. Yeah, nigga,
you just automatically assume another country ain't got running water. Water is not the only fucking resource, nigga. It could be gold, it could be copper, it could be oil. You just went straight to running water.
They don't have running water.
You need to stop watching them damn late night ABC commercials, nigga.
No, I'm just telling you. A third world country, that's what makes it. It has no public water system and things of like that, man. You just said it. That lady said
I
it. We
never
take
limited
stuff for
to
granted.
water, nigga. I said resources.
What you think resources is? Money?
It ain't just
it's
water, nigga. What the fuck?
It's water, it's land, it's food, it's all that. Water is
Water
the
is a
main
resource.
resource. If you
Water
I
don't
know,
have
but I'm
water,
just saying,
you
I was
can't
letting them
feed
know.
no
one of the
animals,
resources.
You can't grow no
Thank you,
grass,
bro.
you can't grow
He just
no
went to,
corn.
he just go use the worst of shit. Yeah, they ain't got
Water.
no goddamn running water in that third world country.
Yeah, they don't.
Country
Tell me
hillbilly
what
talking
lie.
in.
I'm a nigga. I'm from the South. Who you want me to talk like? I can talk Creole. I speak a little French.
my God.
I can go, man. I'm just saying, I'm way around it, but I'm just telling you a fact, brother, that the resource that we all need is water.
Okay, we get it. You a nigga.
Yes.
Quality. Yo, go. That nigga done.
I like the way he said that,
I
right?
think-
I like that. The nigga done. You put an I like that. I like that. I like that. That was good.
I think everybody on here would have to pick the resources over the racism as far as what they need more. We can do. You've been dealing with racism all your life, so that ain't gonna stop regardless to whatever is going. But you definitely need those resources. So to me, it's a pretty easy one to pick because, like I say, you've been dealing with racism since the day you were born. I mean, we all black, so you've been dealing with it. It ain't nothing new to you. It's almost to the point where we have adapted to dealing with it. You know, we like it ain't even like it's not even an issue anymore.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
Quala, let me ask you a question. When was the last time have you personally experienced systematic racism?
Good question.
Be honest, systematic.
Oh, good question.
I'm and see this where you gonna find me to be a little strange, dog. I promise you is because I do not know because I do not worry about how things that I can't control.
I know, but I still just answer. But when have you personally experienced being a victim of systematic racism? You personally.
My answer is I do not know because I don't even pay enough attention to even see that it's being done to me.
So here's why I asked that question.
Great question.
I understand.
Because the overwhelming majority of us chose we rather deal with racism than resources, right?
Resources and resources.
Resources.
No, we need the resources. We need that.
Exactly.
Right.
Here's one of the reasons why I love this conversation and why I got to bring this up. This proves my point that we got to stop using the same old plays from an old playbook that we didn't have to deal with. We got to stop fighting Jim Crow. Jim Crow dead. Now, systematic racism does still exist in this world and in this country. But we got to stop using the same plays. Racism is something that we should not be still fighting as a whole. We should be fighting for resources. And guess what? How do you fight for resources? Economically. It's different type of wars. And that's my whole point of this whole topic. We steady fighting emotional wars when we need to be fighting the economic war. And the economic war is the fight for resources.
How about this though?
And we just proved that point.
I think you and Rich finally agreed on something.
On something.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Goddamn, come on home. Come on home, brother.
Exactly.
You might be a nigga too.
See what I'm talking about? I see them dreads. I see it.
Hey, I'm a nigga by default. I ain't never denied.
Hey.
But guess what though? One thing I'm gonna damn sure make sure I let the motherfucking world know I am a fucking American. And I'm gonna let that racist ass white boy know if he ever call me a nigga. Well, guess what? I'm still an American nigga. That's gonna piss him off way. Let me tell you something. Calling a racist, telling a racist you an American, it will offend him way more than calling him.
Yes, you will. You'll fuck them up. You'll
Yeah,
fuck them up. They
burn
don't
this
like
song.
you. I didn't been in their faces like that. I
You
didn't been on the
tell that racist white boy I'm an American. Oh, he gonna.
No, he telling you to go back home. This first thing you're gonna be go back home, go back to Africa. That's the first
He
thing
gonna burn, boy. He gonna burn on the inside. So now, and here's the crazy point. We know we was here first any damn way.
That's what I'm talking about.
Americans.
Yeah.
We the true Native Americans.
Yeah.
Hey, not my family, Rob. Not my family. I'm gonna be real. Not mine. My family wasn't enslaved by Native Americans. That's facts. My family wasn't enslaved by Native Americans. By Chickasaw tribe.
I'm not.
I'm being real. Not my family. I'm talking about my bloodline. I don't know about nobody else's. My family came from Africa.
No. I'm not saying we didn't come from. We come from all over the world.
No, I'm talking about the Black American that we talking about. As far as I'm concerned, I hear what you're saying, but my argument is that we wouldn't know. All right, well, that's different discussion. That's different discussion.
See what this brother's saying to what T.B. is saying is his family was enslaved,
yeah,
by Native Americans.
So if I'm going off what you saying, Rob, you saying that we enslaved ourselves over here.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is what I was finna. No, let me explain myself. What I'm saying is you're right and I'm right. Two things can be true. What I'm saying is it's just what your story and my story. They're just two different timelines. Both of them really happened.
Yes.
But it's two different timelines.
Man, I would say this would be a different discussion. And I know a lot of us have this perspective that the African was over as the Native Americans first, and I'm saying that we wasn't.
We are the true Native Americans.
It's a different.
We're the Aboriginal Americans. We were here.
No, we're not.
Hey, T-Ben.
Hold on. Let us. Do you have to jump in every goddamn debate between two people?
I didn't say
we back.
Okay, so Ben, so let me ask: do you agree or disagree on this? What I'm saying is this. I know I did my research on my lineage. I know who my people's slave owner was. I know his whole life. I told my family this on my mama's side and everything. It fucked them up. They were like, well, this motherfucker went and discovered this nigga found out why the fuck everything, right? But what I'm saying is, when I say we were here first, I'm saying before slavery, before the transatlantic, before that. That's all I'm saying. It's just two different timelines. Remember,
I still disagree. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Rob. I know that line of history. I'm saying I disagree. The African was not in America before the European, is what I'm saying.
Why, T? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm saying that's a different discussion that we can have. What I'm saying is that the Native American,
you didn't see all the big heads and the pyramids and all that. You didn't see all
them wasn't African. Them wasn't Africans.
But
them wasn't Africans.
African? What they were?
That man looked like Manny Pacquiao too.
With big noses and big
he looked like Manny Pacquiao too.
And dark
skin don't make you African, bro.
Manny Pacquiao ain't got no big lips.
What?
Who don't?
Listen. Hey, TB, let me hear something. I think you holding on to African too hard because
no, I'm not. I'm just being historically accurate.
No, why I'm saying that is because you have black people over here, you saying they're not African.
Yeah.
I agree. All black people didn't have to come from Africa. They could be over here, but they had to get that blackness and that African from somewhere.
Yeah, let me say this then. Let me say this because black can like shape shift depending on conversation.
Yeah.
Because you got dark skinned people that's darker than me and you in Mexico. Yeah. But I'm saying that person is not a black person. If we over here right now, if man break into your house right now, you gonna call him Mexican. You don't call him black. When you talking about black, you talking about somebody like me, Rock, brother, Trust. If a dude like, let's say that the dude from Quickie Mart, they not, brother.
No, I'm not. I don't claim that no more.
I'm talking about how you will be identified. That's what I'm saying. How you will be identified. That man, you calling him black because of skin tone. Now I'm saying that don't make. I'm talking about black ethically speaking, like me and you. They're not the same.
Black is not.
They got like, for example, there's somebody. There are people dark. There are people in the Middle East right now. Yeah, what's
named
up?
them Africans? Who named them Africans? Who told us this? Where we get this
African
information
ain't
from?
even our damn name.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
can
So
we
all
we
this
we
is made
we don't
up.
have to
So
we don't
they
have to
not
we can talk
here.
about the tribe. We can talk about the tribe. We ain't got to use the name African. We don't have to. I mean, 'cause on the continent they don't call themselves African. You might be
So
from
all the hieroglyphics in the Grand Canyon and all the evidence
Mhm.
they finding and exposing and the bodies and everything over here in what we call America, they not African. What are they? If they showing they black and they melanin and they go by the code
So
and
you
the
see, that's what I'm saying. There are Africans that, in other words, there are people indigenous to the African continent been there 10,000 years that are way lighter than me and you that you consider to be Middle Eastern or white based on skin tone. You can't mix skin tone up with being from an African. African don't necessarily have to denote black like me and you. What Rock is saying is that we indigenous, meaning like people from Africa is indigenous over here. I'm saying they not. As a matter of fact, that's why they call them the Buffalo Soldiers came from the Native Americans, calling the Africans, their hair was like buffalo. It was a distinction. They knew they was not the same people.
Did you see
Different
Christopher
style.
Columbus? You read
Hold on,
Christopher
Yeah.
Columbus
let him land.
notes?
Let him land.
Did you
Hold on,
read?
go
You
ahead,
heard
Ben.
about? You
Ben,
read Christopher
Rich, let him
Columbus notes?
finish. Let him land.
Oh,
Let
okay.
him
I was
land.
just
Go
asking.
ahead, Ben.
You talking about the book that came before Columbus?
Before the Mayflower. That Christopher Columbus was called Before
He's
the
talking
Mayflower.
about the diary of
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus.
When they
Yeah,
landed
what
here,
about it?
and
What
when they
about it?
landed here, and
We was
the
already here.
indigenous people, when the indigenous
They were
people on the
black.
boat
He
saw that
described them
black
as
dude,
black
he
people.
started bowing, and the white and
Yeah,
Christopher
but
Columbus
I'm
asked
saying
him, "What you
he
doing?"
talking about black based on skin tone. I'm talking about ethnically speaking, they wasn't African. You got Africoid, Caucasoids, Mongoloids. You
Well,
know
them
what I'm saying? They could be
indigenous
dark
people.
in
Why you think
variations
English got
depending on where you at on the equator.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
they
see,
ain't Africans. They ain't African. I'm just saying they're not Africans.
do you agree? Do you agree, brother T Ben, that our life originated in Africa?
Absolutely.
Okay, so with our life originated in Africa, the first
Mhm.
people to colonize the world was
Mhm.
melanated people.
Yes.
Do you agree on that?
It's different time frames. It don't work like that. And this is what I mean. I'm not even trying to be
Go ahead.
bad. So you got if we talking about history, right?
Okay.
You let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe in like evolution at all?
No.
Talking about coming from monkeys and all this
We
here?
evolution don't say we come from monkeys. That's the first. I don't know why we say they don't say we come from monkeys. They say we have a common ancestors with monkeys, like we're from the ape family.
So you trying to say we come from the caveman, the Caucasus, the troglodytes? You trying to say we came from that?
No, I ain't said that. I don't know where you getting that from, brother.
I'm just saying, you said,
you
talking
about
about
the
evolution.
Like
Well,
that.
we evoluted from
Evolution in
caveman.
general, not
I'm
specific.
asking, we came from the caveman evolution
No,
to man.
he's
I'm
asking,
asking.
do y'all believe in evolution just in general, not
I
specific?
think I do believe things evolve, but
Yes.
however, I believe the theory of evolution is flawed.
Yes.
So here's what I'm saying. So you have in Africa right now, the African is the only human that does not have Neanderthal DNA.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay.
All right. So when you have different groups of what we call there's different groups of humanoids. We're the Homo sapiens sapiens. There was one before, then there's Homo sapiens, and there was I don't know the different names, man. Y'all can look them up because that's off the top of
I
my
follow
head.
you though. I study that type of shit, so I follow you.
You talking about that?
Bet. So in other words, these was all different subsets of human species. What I'm getting at. So when you say the first one to colonize the world was melanated, not in that sense, because they different humans went different parts of the world, and they became indigenous to that part of the world. So they might have been in that certain location for 10,000, 20,000 years. Then they started to migrate and come different places. They not all melanated, meaning they all black.
Okay.
White people didn't exist.
White
people didn't come around till a couple thousand years.
Rich, let them kind of go back.
Okay. Now you got to understand that when you're talking about human,
there you go.
There's mankind, and then there's human. Human meaning color.
Yeah,
right?
I know about brother. Trust me, I know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
I know what you're talking about.
Follow me for a little bit.
I know where you go.
Follow me for a little bit. So we're talking about human, right? So meaning human color, right? So you got to understand that Neanderthals, humans, and then the Soviets was all on the planet Earth all at the same time.
Facts.
These are two different types of mankind that are on Earth all at the same time.
Different species of humans, though, right?
So when I say that,
hold on. Do you agree that different species of human?
I totally agree.
Yes. Okay. All right, bet.
I totally agree that there's different species of human.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why I make the distinction between mankind
and human.
Yeah. Because when you're dealing with the human, you're dealing with us, melanated people who evolved on the continent of Africa.
Man, so you got to keep in mind how long this process takes. You're talking about millions of years, brother.
We're talking about
and that's true.
We talking
and that's
about
why you got to remember.
Okay. We talking about millions of years.
A lot of us migrated by default because at one point it was Pangaea, which was just one landmass anyway.
Yeah, but Rock, I think the issue with that is if you
not necessarily we crossed the water. You know what I mean?
But you gotta keep this in mind when a people are indigenous to a land is when they get to a land that's barren and their culture was born on that land. If we want to trace back, if we want to sit here and say, yeah, we was here, that means we can trace all the way back to wherever in Africa say all humans come here, which is true. I get all that. But when you start trying to go back millions of years, what you're kind of saying, yeah, keep in mind, here in America, there was an ice age where there wasn't no humans here at all. And the first people that was able to get over here didn't come on no ships. They walked through the barren state like they taught. That's real. They walked across and they traveled.
That's been debunked. What's been
debunked? By what?
First people in America did not come across the Bering Strait.
How they get over here?
That's been debunked. See,
how they get over here? Because trust me, I know where you're going with it. But how they get over here?
By boat.
Who?
That's not true.
By boat.
You talking about the book that came before Columbus. I know what you're talking about, bro.
Hold on.
That's not true.
Hold on.
How long ago was this?
Rock, I'm right you on this, Rock.
Yeah.
It's not true, brother. They didn't come on boat. I'm telling you, they didn't.
The first people came by boat. What did Africa?
They didn't, brother.
They did.
Y'all not letting me talk. What was the name that Africans called? Okay, do you believe in platonic tape? Platonic plates.
Plate tectonics?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's nothing to believe in. Yeah,
we know this, right?
Yeah.
So what did ancient Africans call the Atlantic Ocean before it was called the Atlantic Ocean? Huh?
Some Ethiopia?
They called it the Great River.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Great River.
Which ain't for Africans? Which ain't for Africans? Where? From what part of the continent right now?
We talking West Africa. We talking West Africa.
Okay, West Africa.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of the name of the library.
Timbuktu.
Timbuktu. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, we talking Timbuktu. So it was the Great River. It was the Great River. So before we talking millions of years ago. We talking
millions of years ago. Look, check it out.
Because besides what they say, humans didn't pop on the scene 50,000 years ago. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. We've been there.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Say them 50,000 years ago.
Because don't nobody know, man. This all estimated.
No, people do know. But this is what I was saying. I was
alive back then. How?
How do they know what?
Alive back then, how do you know something that's that far back? Because whoever made the machine
it's based on fossilized records. It's based on a lot of factors, man. It's a lot of factors.
But you can't use that as a debating point.
Know that the bone density and all
in that case, don't none of us know.
Hold on, brother Trust. Hold on, Trust.
Yeah.
Hold on, Rick, brother Trust. This is what I want to say. If you got to keep in mind, there was an ice. There was literally this continent we on now was covered in ice.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't no humans over here no millions of years ago on this landmass we on right now due to that ice age.
I ain't say that. Yeah.
I ain't say you, Rock. I'm talking about brother Trust. Also, if you're talking about the West Africans, built a ship to come over to the Americas. I'm saying that's not true. And this is why I'm saying that's not true. Because right now, the oldest ship that they covered in West Africa is like a canoe. A canoe is not traveling across the Atlantic Ocean, brother. It's not gonna make it.
Ain't nothing made.
It's not gonna make it across the Atlantic. Oh, hold on. Hear me out. That's the oldest. If you look up right now, the oldest ship found on West Africa, that's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like a straight canoe. It ain't come across here. Number two, you're referring to the book that came before Columbus. That book done been debunked, brother. You can look it up right. I can send it to you, brother. He done went through all the sources and showing what the stories were telling were allegory based on it wasn't this true. The people that came, they did come across that Bering Strait, and they was not African people. And it's okay. We don't have to be everywhere. It just wasn't us. We got over here through the slave trade, brother. I'm talking about the African got over here through the slave trade.
So how did they get the Africans over here? How they get the Africans over here?
Let me add to that. Hold on. Now, and also I want to add to this too, Trust. Okay, so which side?
It's called the Laurentine Ice Age.
No. I know you know, but I just want to ask this question because I know the answer. Which side is the Bering Strait on?
The Bering Strait is in between Alaska and Russia.
Now check this out. Hold on.
Yeah, Alaska.
Now think about that. Now let me tell you something about when you said the Africans called it the Great River. Let me hold on. Here's the problem. What you calling the Great River is wrong.
See,
guess what the original Great River was called? I mean, guess what was called the original Great River?
What?
The Mississippi River.
There you go. Talk to them, Rock.
And guess what? All that came from them harvesting and migrating through the Bering Strait into the Americas. And where was America first civilized at? The Mississippi River.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
So you don't believe it was cities up and down the Mississippi River, TV?
I mean, at some point, yeah.
You know what?
This is what I'm trying to. This is what you got to kind of understand when you look at we talking about, because a lot of things kind of get conflated when we talk about skin tone and them being African. A lot of us, when we think Africa, we think about dark people off rip. And I get it, but that's not necessarily always the case, because North Africa from Libya to Morocco, across the Horn of Africa going across, them is Mediterranean people right there. They're not black Africans like the ones. No, brother, they've been there tens of thousands. They've been there tens of thousands of years, brother.
No.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're indigenous.
They're not indigenous. No,
they are. No, brother. If a people,
the Muslims invaded Egypt.
They invaded. Yes, they.
Man, I would just say this, brother, because what you said right now, I'm not saying that. I understand where you at with it. What you saying is not new to me. What you saying, I done been thinking that for a long time. But when you learn new information, you just know new information, brother. And I will implore you just to study some more. I'm just being real. You got to study some more, brother.
So you don't believe Muslims invaded Egypt?
I know Muslims invaded Egypt. I know that, but it wasn't enough for them to change the population of Egyptians, brother.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, it
was. It's millions. No, it wasn't. Do you know how many Muslims invaded Egypt?
Okay.
How many Muslims invaded Egypt? How many Muslims invaded Egypt?
Let me.
I don't have a number.
Can I answer you?
Look where Egypt is located. Look where it's located.
In Africa.
Look what sea are they on?
The
Mediterranean Sea. You know right now, if you pulled up pictures, I can show you pictures right now of people that from Spain. You wouldn't be able to determine them from the Egyptians. You wouldn't even know.
They're white as shit.
But
you wouldn't even know.
From black. That still come from us.
No, but what I'm saying is that you saying black us. Them East Africans. We are West Central Africans. Them East Africans.
Do Elon Musk?
You right now. Listen, right now.
Elon Musk is an African. You know that.
You said what?
Elon Musk is an
can't
African.
talk at the same time.
Who?
Let's wait on each other to listen, Rich. Rich. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
Elon Musk.
Go ahead, Ben.
Elon Musk is an African.
What? We changed the subject.
What?
No, I'm saying his color. He white. Ain't Elon Musk an African?
What the fuck that got to do with anything?
Hold on, before y'all get into Elon Musk. Hold on, I want.
We're not gonna get into Elon.
I want to answer.
No, I'm not talking about him personally. I'm talking about him being an African, not claiming it. He from Africa, but you see white guy. Everybody say he white, but he African.
Okay, the reason I say that people can invade a place and take over their place, and then now they're the people of that land. Okay, so. Look at America, right? White people are not indigenous to America. But if you was to land on America today, you would, and you didn't know no better, it's white man everywhere in America, right? And this ain't even been going on 1,000 years.
See?
So we're talking about a people who invaded the place 1,000 years ago. So,
they killed some people off though, brother. They integrated into the Egyptian culture. They ain't killed the Egyptians off.
They didn't kill those people off. Those people migrated west. That's where you get the Dogons from. The Dogons originally was from Egypt. So when they
they wasn't, brother. No, they wasn't, brother. No.
Yes,
you know how big Africa? No, brother. No, brother. No, brother.
So
no.
Do you believe Dogon history goes back more than 10,000 years? They have a written history that goes back 10,000 years.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And Dogon history says that they came from East Africa.
Yeah, but the hunter.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Tell the story.
Dogon.
No, they didn't, brother.
Okay, so
how you so adamant,
T-Ben? For you, I'm gonna get Rocky.
How you so adamant about that? That they didn't?
Because what he's saying, what he is saying, I done heard it already. I'm not saying I'm smarter than anybody, but certain information I know that's not the case.
I got it. You
I'm not. It's not. It's
because you already shut that part of your of that conversation down.
No. I'm not close. When you say closed mind, it's like I realized that was wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's what.
Yeah.
So you saying the Dogon people are lying?
Why you quiet me, host? I'm talking to him.
So you saying the Dogon people are lying?
I ain't never seen that from the Dogon people. Okay, I ain't never seen it.
Okay, so I'm
and I know the Dogon studied the stars. The reason they was able to study the stars so well because their sleep cycle was opposite of ours. They up at night while we up, and sleep in the daytime. But I just studied the Dogon. I know what you're talking about. But saying they came from Egypt is not. It wasn't even an Egypt being. The Egypt, as you know it today, wasn't like that the way you saying it is. They wasn't on the Nile, brother.
Yeah, it was Mesopotamia.
The Dogon.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna get Rock to send it to you tomorrow.
You send it to me direct, bro. We can connect and build. We can do that.
For sure. We can build. I like this kind of shit. Yeah. So
I ain't gonna lie, trust, I love it, but I agree with him on that stuff.
Brother, I'm telling you right. I'm saying this right now. The West Central African is not the East African. The West Central African is not the East African, brother. They're two different people. Right now, this is why right now, if you go to Egypt right now, ain't nobody in Egypt saying hotel. Nobody.
Because the people who in Egypt right now didn't build those pyramids.
They did.
Yes, you imagine telling them that. Imagine telling them that their family didn't build it. They've been there thousands of years. We've been here 400 years.
He didn't make America.
They family didn't build it.
Trust.
Huh?
That's why they
the Egyptians right now. The Egyptian right now is pissed off at the Black American for trying to steal their histories. We don't understand. We still in their culture. We West Central African brothers. We not Egyptian.
So why couldn't they read it?
Who we what?
They couldn't read Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yes, they can read. They teaching it to us.
No, they did not teach it to us.
Why you?
Bro, they teaching it to us.
No.
Who couldn't read it?
I'm finna explain it to you. When Napoleon found the Rosetta Stone. Until Napoleon found the Rosetta Stone.
Napoleon.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all keep cutting me out.
My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Until Napoleon invaded Egypt and found the Rosetta Stone, the hieroglyphics in Egypt was unread by the people who are living in Egypt
That's
now
not
today.
true,
That's
bro.
why
That's not
right
true,
now
brother.
today, the
Where you learn
leading
that from?
scholars, the leading scholars, very true. I'm gonna send you brothers all this tomorrow. That's why right now today, the leading people who can read those Egyptian hieroglyphs are not the people who live there. None of them people can read none of that shit.
None of that.
None of it. Because you know
You
why they
tripping,
can't
brother.
read it? You know why they can't read it? Because they didn't write it.
Who wrote
didn't
it?
write it.
Who wrote it?
They didn't write it,
Who
huh?
who wrote it? Who wrote it?
The ancient Kemetic people wrote it.
Do you realize there was only one dynasty? Do you realize there was only one dynasty of black pharaohs, and they came from Nubia. They was Nubians, not Egyptians.
Who told you that? A white man?
No, white man. Why would a white man have to tell me that, brother?
Ignore it. Just please ignore
Why would brother? You got to keep in mind, but it's okay. It's okay for us not to know what our white man had to tell me something, brother. Like, come on, man.
The only Africans that nigga know is on the south
Hold on, Rock. What you say, Rick?
The only reason I asked you that because
Okay.
I like to know where you get information from, because you said something and you adamant about it. So I'm trying to figure out where did this adamant come from, because if the people that's there didn't write it and don't understand it, and other people had to come translate it, we know they
But that's
wasn't
not
there.
true. That's the point.
Okay, well, so let me counter that with what you just said. You just made a definitive statement. Where you learn that from?
The Rosetta Stone.
I'm talking to Brother Rick. You said if the people came there, couldn't understand it, you made a definitive statement.
Yes.
Where did you learn they couldn't read it from? What book did you learn that from?
They not reading it. That's what book I learned from. They're not telling you what that say on their wall. They have people.
Who not telling you?
Like that. The people that's
Who not telling you?
The people that's there that you say they built
That's
it.
not a book.
Nigga, we can read it.
But this is what I'm gonna say.
Wow, you can
Why
read
can
the
you read it
Kemetic
right
signs
now?
on the wall.
Why can you read it? It's because of the Rosetta Stone.
No, it's not.
It is because of the Okay, so what is the Rosetta Stone?
Man.
So what is the Rosetta Stone?
That's a whitewash version of what you talking.
So what is the Rosetta Stone then?
Oh my God, man.
What is the Rosetta Stone?
Tell us what a Rosetta Stone is.
Tell us.
The Rosetta Stone, okay, because see, Egypt, you got to understand this, okay, and like you said, okay, I'm gonna go all the way back, because he said that it was only one black group of pharaohs during the
Dynasty. No, one dynasty of black pharaohs.
Okay, so
when they conquered Egypt.
That's called the dynastic period, right? It was
a dynastic period is a vast.
That's called the dynastic period. When you have dynasties in Egypt, that's called the
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, facts. Got you.
Dynastic period.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
The land of Kemet goes way back before the dynastic period even started.
Right.
Okay.
So
when you get to the end of the dynastic period, the color starts to fade out because now you have invaders, right? Before the Muslims invaded, Alexander the Great invaded, right?
You don't notice one common denominator in your theory.
Hold on, let him build, brother. Let him build, Rock, because I know where he's going with.
So before the Muslims invaded, Alexander the Great invaded, right? This is BC before Christ. This is BC before Christ. Alexander the Great invaded. Okay, so this brings on the end of the dynastic period, coming into what we would call the Hellenistic period. Right? So these people are being mixed, right? So these people are being mixed. These are the Hellenistic period. So now thought is being traded between what we would call the Greeks and we would call the Egypt. This is where philosophy is coming from, right?
Denominator.
Hold on. This is where philosophy is coming from.
I get you.
This is where philosophy is coming from. So in order to translate it, they made the Rosetta Stone. They made the Rosetta Stone so they could translate from hieroglyphics into Greek. So then the Greeks is here. So then in comes the Muslims. So that pushes all black people up out of there right there.
Pause. Right there.
Go ahead.
Pause. You said when the Muslims come in,
when the
it pushes all the black people out.
Pushes them out.
That's crazy.
Not all,
What?
because it's still black people in Egypt today.
Yeah.
It's majority black people in Egypt.
No,
it's not majority.
No, it's not
It's
majority.
not majority at all. It's not majority.
Well, melanin.
Yes,
I don't want to melanin.
Egyptians aren't white or black. They're Egyptian.
Thank you. That's
Keep
all
that in mind. They're not white or they're not black. They're Egyptian. That's their own distinct people.
Yeah.
What I'm saying right now is
they're a new breed.
What I'm saying right now is Muslim is a religion. You might be talking about Arabs when you're saying Muslims push the black people out.
Arabs.
Okay.
That's the correct
Okay,
term.
so you saying Arabs. So look, so then what I'm saying, Egyptians are Egyptians. Then you talk about Nubians. Nubians invaded Egypt, but those Nubians that took over are not Egyptians. They're Nubians. They're not Egyptian. So when we talking about the dynastic period, those aren't black Egyptians. Those are Nubians in Egypt. Two different people. That's what I'm saying. So when we talk about King Narmer, when it said he came from the south, then he came from the right at the edge. You know, they got cataracts that lead into Egypt where you can't get through with a ship. He came, when they say he came from the south, then he turned around and invaded the south. He's not invading his own people. Two distinct people. They're different people.
Nubians
I'm
are
saying,
from the south. Nubians.
What you mean?
Nubians are west of Egypt.
No, brother, you gotta look at the Nile. No, what? The West? Nubia. Look at
Nubia is
Nubia.
west of Egypt. If you go south of Egypt, you're going into Ethiopia.
Yeah.
No, hold on. You gotta look at the map, brother. Pull up a map.
Yeah,
pull up a map right now.
Pull up a map.
Oh shit, hold on.
And then you know.
Okay, I'm on my phone. Shit.
When he say the Muslims,
I'm on my phone too.
I can't pull it up right now.
Yeah, south is Ethiopia, west is Nubia. Rock, pull it up. You got an extra phone over there.
Yeah. Say T-Ben, when he be saying they invaded by the Muslims, what I'm thinking is when the Muslims came, what he meant was when an area go from one way to everybody over there Muslim now, or you gonna die.
It changed it politically and religiously, not it changed politically and religiously, not racially.
Yes.
Not racially is what I'm saying. You're not gonna change the Egyptian population.
Can I say
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I gotta get on my
Listen, race was invented over here in America. So of course they're not gonna have the black and white issue. You know, everybody gonna be
not
tribe
necessarily.
or they gonna be this. It wasn't you a nigga, you black or white.
Where is Nubia?
Where's Nubia? Is it west of it? But I'm just saying, before we get to that.
It's west of Egypt.
No, south of Egypt.
Okay, what's west of Egypt?
Libya.
Libya.
I think Libya.
Yes, Libya.
Middle East.
Yeah, brother. I don't know. I don't know where you're getting this.
Middle East is
so how far? So how far south? So how far south is it from Egypt?
I don't know how many miles, fam. I'm just looking at the map.
You showing it on the map? Show me the map.
Damn, I ain't got a lie, nigga.
No, he just looking because he trying to get his area together.
It's south.
I know exactly where it's at. You can't be where. I meant the Sudan. My bad. I meant the Sudan.
It's south, fam. It's south of Egypt.
I meant the Sudan. That's what I meant.
I don't know about.
Then I'm looking dead slap at the map, nigga. What the fuck you want me to do? It's south of Egypt.
Nubia is south of Egypt.
Yes. I'm looking dead at the map.
Nubian people are what we consider northern Sudan, bro.
South of Egypt, bro.
Nubia, south of Egypt.
I'm looking dead at it.
Look at the map, brother. Just look at it.
You looking at the map? I'm gonna take your word for it. I could have.
No, brother.
Hey, I don't mean. Hey, Rock, you.
I just looked at it myself.
It said right here, yes, Nubia is located south of Egypt.
Nubia is
I know it. Hold on. Nubians are a group of people. It's not a country. So I meant Sudan. I'm sorry, I meant Sudan.
said that.
Nubia is a group of people.
Sudan. Yeah, Sudan. That's what you're saying. Yeah, it says Sudan.
So I'm saying the people that dynasty, those weren't Egyptian people. Those were people from the south, from the Sudan that came up the Nile River or south in is opposite. I'm saying those people aren't Egyptian people. They're distinct people. They're two different people. They didn't get along. They war forever. That's what I'm saying. That's why they was at war with each other. They're not the same people.
But everybody distinct was over there like that, wasn't they? Tribes and stuff like that. Everybody had their own.
But I'm saying those were just. I'm saying those when we talk about the Egyptians were black, we got to keep that in context. Of meaning like it's kind of like America has a group of different people, right? You got black Americans, white Americans. So over in Egypt, you got people that's real dark. You say those are black Egyptians. Though they rule. Those people weren't Egyptian people. Is what I'm saying. Egyptians aren't black or white.
Facts.
Some were dark. Some were dark people. Yes.
People from Georgia and people from Louisiana are not.
But how is that when the word Kemet itself means black land?
They're talking about the soil, not the people.
About the soil. Remember, Africa is gold.
They're talking about the soil. Kemet wasn't always a desert. Kemet wasn't always a desert. Brother Trust, I'm just being real. Look, I said it just like you said it, brother. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get each other information. I'm gonna get you information. We're gonna go all down through this.
Hey, I ain't gonna Me and Doc come from a lot of the same teachings. So
but look, this is what I would say. This is what I would say as well. They just did a study. This study was it lasts for 5 years, I want to say. They did a population genetic map. Them Egyptians that ain't black people, bro. They ain't black. I'm sorry. It is what it is. They not black. They Egyptian. They're not black. They're Egyptian.
What is their hue? What is their hue?
Huh?
What is their hue? Their color?
Olive skin, if you want to call it olive skin, then.
So they
Middle Eastern.
African is a continent. African is a continent. It's the most diverse continent on the planet. Huh?
They from Africa, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
So keep this in mind. Absolutely African. You have to look where Egypt is located. Look on the map where it's located. You got Greece, you got Rome, you got the Middle East, which is the we call it Levantine, I want to say you call it. You got all these people mixing in with each other. You got Libyans. You remember Gaddafi? Look at Gaddafi. Look at his skin tone. He ain't black.
All that come from us though. A white.
What do you mean us? What you mean?
Dark.
Can't make what?
Hue.
All right, so y'all, we're gonna have to change the topic, y'all.
See, that's what I'm saying. You conflating stuff, brother. Like when you say us, you including yourself in just a skin tone. I'm talking about an ethnic group.
Yeah, he talking about ethnic group. But you know, he a nigga, so you can't argue with a nigga.
Like right now, like if you look at like we talk about Caucasians, right? We're not talking about the white man in Sweden and the Nordic white man or the German. I'm talking about Caucasian people. Do you watch UFC? You watch UFC?
I understand, brother.
Do you watch UFC?
I'm
gotta go to the next subject, y'all.
Yes.
So all right, man. We went to a whole long
But it was
side quest.
When you're raising especially a boy, I came from a household where it was just a mom. I had my grandfather and I had my pops, but there was no man in the household. I started arguing with females once I started to go through things. It got physical orders. You know why? Because I was an emotional boy. I didn't have nobody in the household to say, okay, look, this is not how you go about it. Go to the gym. I had to learn this from YouTube. I had to read books, go on YouTube, do these different avenues I had to learn. Grandpa telling me certain things, pops telling me certain things. But when you have a man in a household, the chances of that boy that's becoming a man to grow up emotional, 80% of the people that's in jail came from single household mothers. Meaning this, if I'm in a club and step on my sneakers, yo, bro, what's up, bro? What you doing? Now, guess what? Somebody died, somebody going to jail. You know why? Because that boy wasn't raised in a household with men. That's the problem in society, because females with the mindset that I don't need a man. That's the reason why we have females in this generation that's having kids that I don't need a man. Now they growing up without fathers. Now you got raising emotional ass boys.
No. Everybody's situation. When you get that everybody's situation.
All right, so before we start, that was basically a video of a young man who basically was telling a group of women at a get-together the truth. It was family members as well. So I guess we want to talk about it, and I want to add some context questions to it. It's two questions I have to it, but I'll ask the first question first. A woman just not gonna listen to what the fuck we got to say? Because he tried to tell them, and they didn't even hear the nigga. They just was ready to respond. Like, fuck what you talking about. That's the first question. Anybody want to tackle that?
Oh, Rich ain't here.
I'm here, baby.
I'm here.
I ain't with nowhere, baby.
All right, anybody want to tackle that?
What?
Go ahead, quality. We ain't heard from Quality in a minute.
Yeah,
y'all had got on the topic that was that was very educational for me. So that's on the last one. On this particular one here, though, I mean, it once again it go all the way back to what we kind of been discussing the whole night. Women have not been accountable for their actions. Therefore, this listening problem that they have right now, that's an issue. That's a part of the problem. When a man talks, it's funny that a woman typically won't hear what he's saying. She interprets what she wants to hear, but she does not listen to what he's saying. So when you get things where a woman be like, if you just be honest or whatever, these things are not true because they don't really want honesty. They want what they want to hear. Now, it's funny because for us as men, it's exactly the opposite. We would prefer honesty. We may not like what we hear, but we would prefer it to be honest. We would listen to what's being said and gather an opinion from that particular part. A woman, she ain't gonna gather it from that, especially when talking to a man. She wants to hear what she wants to hear.
All right, Ben, what's your thoughts?
No, I agree with everything you just said, man. I just be piggybacking off, repeating it. But like what's so I kind of caught what he was saying in the middle. He in there talking about a man being in the house. He didn't learn certain things. He learned it online. What I was hearing.
Yeah, he was saying he had to learn how to be a man through YouTube videos, online, playing sports, like that.
And what was she saying?
Outside mentors.
And what was she saying?
They weren't trying to listen. They weren't trying to listen.
Man.
They was dissolving themselves from accountability. They didn't agree with them.
Yeah. We in that kind of time, man. I do appreciate men being able to be a little more vocal about certain things. And but I think the conversation has to be amongst us men because it is what it is, man. It's like you really can't. It's a very, very delicate balance with us men that we want to be vulnerable. But even I tell my wife, there's certain things that she just not gonna know what I be going through because whether she wants to, and she understands what I'm saying. But like as we know, if we say certain things, do certain things in front of our women, they're gonna look at us different, no matter what. It's like when you shoot a bow and arrow, you can't pull that arrow back, and so certain things they just not gonna know. So I'd rather just get with the fellas and say what I gotta say, get a solution, and go about my business. And so like we suffer in silence. That's just part of being the man in the way we live society right now.
And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all.
No, it's not helping at all, man. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like dealing with the card we dealt. I come from, I had a father in the home growing up. My father was military. Didn't show no emotion, was strict, but he kept me on the straight and narrow growing up. So, and I noticed how it weighs. I don't show a whole bunch of emotion, and to me, it is what it is, man. It's like we're gonna pick our ways on how we gonna die, and men die from stress, and it's kind of like what it is, what it is. We on this path, and that's what it's gonna be. Until the change. I think it takes a lot of generational changes for that to kind of alleviate itself. But it's where we at.
Yeah, I definitely agree with I agree with you too, Quality, on it's not healthy. But I also agree that is not. I also agree with being that is also not healthy to be too vulnerable with a woman. I haven't. The few times that I've attempted to open up with women, it came back to bite me every time. It came back to bite me. And my anniversary coming up May 2nd. I'll be married 2 years.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
congratulations.
it. Appreciate it. And let me say this. She ain't gonna never know what's all going on in my mind.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Nah, it's not for him to know, brother. It's how I feel about it.
Never. I love her to death.
She can't even help you with.
And as much as I, in my mind and heart, know that she's gonna love me regardless, I'm never gonna do it again. It's not. And also it's to protect her too. We have to look at it from both ends. It's to protect her too. They shouldn't. I don't think a woman should be exposed to too much of your vulnerability, because it's going to be hard for her to unsee that. Because most women's mind, you or it should be, you are their God on earth. You're their protector, you're their provider, you're their, you know what I mean. So I agree with both of y'all. It's definitely not healthy, especially in today's society, where we the answer, we the solution and the problem. We the hero and the villain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's fucked up for a man in this world.
It's very fucked up.
We the hero and the villain. We the law-abiding citizen. We the cop and the criminal.
And the criminal.
Like, we can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, here's the second part of that question. And those who haven't answered, you can answer it first, and then we go. Now, this I think is very important. What I loved about what he did was he accepted accountability when he gave an example of what he seen himself as and was becoming, and he realized he had to fix it, even if it meant fixing himself. And I want to ask y'all get y'all thoughts on this, because sometimes us men, because we can be hard with each other, sometimes us men make men like me think that I'm the only one who has told himself this and said, hey, look, nigga, this is what you will create, how you were raised. This is what you end up. It's time to break out of it. Now, I'm not that anymore, but I pride myself on being able to acknowledge that I was who I became because of my upbringing. Because I had a father in my life as well, but I tell people, I still was raised in a single parent household because I didn't have that everyday male authoritarian figure coming in the house every day to keep my emotions in check, to balance that level of masculinity and emotion. And so I wouldn't do this verbally to my woman or this or that, but just as us men, I can safely say that at one point I was an over emotional ass nigga.
Damn.
And I'm secure enough in my manhood to where I can say that, because at the end of the day, I know what I stand for, and I know what I stand on, and I know what I bring when it comes to me being a man. And I ain't worried about a nigga trying me or looking at me funny, because I know. But me being able to acknowledge that is what helped me get to who I am now. If I never accepted accountability and say, hey man, this is what you become. Now fix this shit. It ain't your fault, right? But this is who you end up becoming, nigga. And you need to change this shit quick for you be fucked off. You know, and I'm proud of that.
That's good.
So the question I have is, Why we can't admit, at least to ourselves, at some point that, hey man, look here, man, mama raised your ass with little some bitch ways, my nigga. You need to tighten up on that, nigga. Fix that shit. You know what I mean? Why we can't admit that to ourselves?
If the mama can't
You
do
have to
no
want
wrong.
to change. You want some change. If you know, Mike said it best. You gotta look at that man in the mirror, man. You know what I'm saying? I talked to a couple of my partners, and they didn't have a lot of confidence. And I asked them a simple question. I said, "You ever got butt naked in the mirror and just looked at yourself? Just look at get naked and go look at the mirror." You know that man say, "I ain't never got naked and looked in the mirror at myself." I say, "What?" He said, "Nah." I know it sounds crazy and weird, but I had to look at myself Say, okay, this who you is. This what you working with. This it. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no more. I can't get no more dingling. I ain't gonna get no more money unless I work out. What you gonna do, nigga? So I had to look at myself in the mirror and say that, man. You know what I'm saying? Not feel sorry for myself, not make excuses. I actually just looked at myself to see who are you. Because you'll get lost. You know, and I'm being honest because I have a government name and it's not Rich Black, but in the streets, everybody called me Lala. So I was going by this thing. I had to, nigga, who are you? Are you this or that? And I had to realize, are you trying to live up to a name or this or that? Man, once I did that rock, I'll be honest with you, I let go all that bullshit. I don't care what nobody think about me, what they say.
Like the world lifted off your shoulders, huh?
Yeah, man, I was free. I was free.
You felt free, man.
I swear I was free. I could go, man, fuck you. I don't give a damn what you say. I'm cool. I'm free. Man. But I had to go look at myself. I'm talking about, you know how they say go get in the closet? I just looked at myself, man. I just was looking at myself one day and said, man, who you is? And you have to talk to yourself. I tell people that. They say you have to talk to a real nigga sometimes. So you have to talk to yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You have to talk to a real nigga sometimes. Go talk to yourself. You're not crazy.
Rich, I experienced the same thing. I experienced the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
I was like 25. Nah, I was pushing 30. And you want to know what happened? I woke up that morning, man, and I was just down.
That's that
I was on a low level, man. And I was working on vibrating on a low frequency. You want to know what happened for the first time that never happened to me in my entire life? I went in the restroom. And I did what I normally do. I wake up, I brush my teeth, and I wash my face. But guess what? Something caught me this time. Tell me why at that moment when I put water in my face, my eyes caught my eyes in the mirror.
God damn it. You saw yourself.
I got stuck. You know what happened? For the first time in my entire life, I'm gonna fuck y'all up. Do you know all them years that I've been looking in mirrors, watching myself on videos, interviews, TV, and brushing my teeth? Do you know that was the first time in my entire life I had ever really saw myself?
Goddamn right.
It was a spiritual.
It'll wake you. What?
Listen to me. Let me tell you how deep it was, Doc and Rich, y'all. My eyes end up looking at the person in the mirror, and what happened was my eyes focused. And it what you know is we how we focus and we zoom in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know I literally saw myself, my existence inside my fucking eyes?
You goddamn right. You can see
Bro,
the light.
I never cried that hard in my life. I realized that, nigga, do you know you existing?
Yeah.
You are a real person. Changed my life.
You made it. Bro. Yeah.
Changed
it got
life.
real.
I saw me in my eyes. I don't know if y'all ever did that shit, but that shit's scary than a motherfucker.
It's very scary.
I'm gonna tell you why it scared me, because I realized I was more than just a body walking around. It's a spirit in here.
That's what you saw. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I saw.
I saw that. That scared me.
It was a hell of a manifestation, man.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, but what's your response to this subject, Doc?
Hey man, that's what you call when you have that you say spiritual awakening.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? And that's also that's humanizing, man. I think too often we try to veer off of being human.
Yeah.
and kind of devoid ourselves of what it means to be a human and not embracing what that means. So we want to be everything else: a beast, a monster, a goon, animal. I'm a dog. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to be just a human. And like you said, it's unhealthy to not be able to be vulnerable. So it's good. Brother, we ain't gonna get together and just cry around each other. We're gonna be able to, hey man, this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because I'm a human, I experience emotions. One thing that always bothers me is when I see people communicate, especially amongst fellas and even women that get involved, is he in his feelings when you just communicating the point. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what does that mean to be in your feelings? And not to say, because I understand when you making a point and you might can show too much about. I get that, but sometimes you might be making a point that disagree with somebody else, and all of a sudden it's damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, all in their feelings, and I'm like, damn, like we can't even be human. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have feelings, man. You know what I'm saying?
See what I just posted? That's a comment. It proves your point. It proves your point.
Yeah, it's like the question is like, what if somebody did hurt you though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if somebody did, like in real life? How you supposed to respond to that if that really was a thing? Sometimes people try to be funny, and I'm assuming you know that person. I seem like y'all got the same last name. Y'all know each other. Y'all might be family.
My wife.
Yeah,
that is my wife.
Bet. So, not even no disrespect. Meaning like I'm sure they mean it like in a joking way, but people that say that though, and they be serious. Who hurt you? It's like, damn, somebody might actually did. You know what I'm saying? And like, this might be the way I'm trying to express myself. Why I can't do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of to take the shit, that humanity away from men. It kind of remind me of back when you see them signs that show back in the 60s, I am a man. And it's like, hey man, we still human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be tough and rough. I get it, but sometimes, man, we got to be able to express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And you looking at stuff and finding and seeing yourself, that's major.
Yeah. All right, trust.
Quick, let me make a quick comment right quick. Since it was my wife, I do want to let this be known though. Very opinionated about his particular situation. But what always strikes me odd with women is they can see everything outside of what's going on, but they can never see themselves. So at that moment, when that question is posed to you, I could then challenge you to ask her, well, what's hurting you? Now, and I guarantee you're going to find out that it's crazy.
They're going to tell you everything.
Hey,
I apologize for interrupting, yo. Y'all go ahead.
Hey, Rock ain't coming home with you tonight, brother.
I can't lie. I own that one.
Yeah, you in trouble. Rock ain't coming home with you tonight.
No, you already know.
He gonna get a pass because I'm cousins. So
you gonna have to bite that bullet by yourself tonight.
Hey,
Rock, you touching 4 hours. This must be a record, huh? Hey, Rock, you touching on 4 hours here. What you got going on? We
finna close this though. I'm finna ask Trusty what's his words, and we can get out.
I'm just saying, I'm saying it's good. Hey, good conversation. 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's good rolling now, man.
Just to put it in a nutshell, man, like everybody else said, reflecting and reflecting. That's something hard for a lot of people to do. To reflect and look inward and what's going on with me. What do I need to fix with me? You know what I'm saying? How can I be better? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times as people, we make excuses for our damn self. We make excuses for our damn self. You see what I'm saying? But it's easy to go look at Joe Blow and say, you know what? He fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you looking at yourself, you know what I mean? I'm fucking up. I gotta keep my shit together.
They can't see themselves.
They can't see that. You know what I'm saying? So I commend that young brother, you know what I mean, for noticing he needed something changing in his life, and he made that change and adapted to all the circumstances that life threw his way. And to the sisters out there listening, man, shit, we need to be listened to too.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? A conversation is a two-way street. You can't be giving me all your bullshit, and when it's time for me to give you some of my bullshit, hey, nigga, handle your shit.
Yo.
That ain't how that go. Because, and I hate to say it like this, but we as black people in America,
niggas.
There we go.
We both fucked up. Both sides of the spectrum, male and female.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a whole lot of teamwork, a whole lot of getting our shit together. You know what I'm saying? On one accord. Now, of course, the man gonna have some shit he need to work out himself, and she gonna have some shit she need to work out herself. But if we can meet in the middle, we can start fixing all this bullshit, man. Because house needs to be clean.
Yeah, and I'm gonna end it with this before we go out. I'm gonna tell you, woman, what's the best solution for that too. If you don't want us to open up as much or whatever, man, if you just be that good, faithful, loyal, feminine woman that we can get peace at when we get home and some loving, shit, we'll forget about the world when we come in the house.
Church.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? We don't care about talking about nothing outside. If you make that house a home and just be my peace,
shit,
we good. I talk to the fellas about this shit.
Yeah. That's why every man need a man cave.
Good night, y'all. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, donate to the channel, do whatever you want to do. Peace out.
We're gonna pick this conversation up again, T-Ben.
Hey man, we need to get in contact with each other, bro. Man, shoot my Instagram rock, because I don't know what his name was. Shoot my Instagram and all that. We connect.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
But any other brother too, man. We ain't all gotta be strangers. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family man. I'm a peaceful family man. I'm about my community. That's what I'm about.
That's what it's about.
All good.
Hey, T-Ben, I thank you. I've really been wanting you to get on because I know what you bring to the table. So whenever you want to come back on. Just FYI, the channel is growing. It's doing. I'm really proud that I've been staying consistent because I'm already starting to see the results. We're not monetized yet, but it's gonna be there soon. So I appreciate
I've been watching, bro. I've been subscribing people from the jump. I just, like I said, my schedule be kind of off today. Let me hop on here, but I've been keeping, brother, and I know your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate
that. That's commendable right there in itself.
Yeah, thank you. And well, you always got an open door policy, fam. So
yeah, I like this, man. I like everybody get a little heated. We still can, you know what I'm saying? The fellowship, man. That's what I like. That's what me and do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
All right, quality. You too, bro. We missed you 2 weeks, man, in a row, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm back in the seat now, man. I'm good to go. Let's rock.
All right, that's what's up, man. We see y'all next Wednesday, man.
All right, hey, y'all ain't gotta look for me. I'm right here.